Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Clark County Fair. Steve Surratt on board with you this evening on Harness Tube. We're glad that we could be on board and bring the broadcast to you this evening. This evening's broadcast will have 10 races for us on the card this evening. And so we're glad that you could be here and we could see what's going on here at the Clark County Fair. Like I say, 10 races starting at 6 p.m. And we thank you for joining us for that. With that, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back.
We've got 10 exciting races for you starting at 6 o'clock sharp. So make your way to the grandstand. Play pick a winner. And speaking of pick a winner, let's look at our program changes we have at this time. For those of you who have your program, looking at race number 1. Number 2, Skunkalicious, will be driven by Jordan Patton. Jordan Patton will drive the 2 Skunkalicious. Race number 2, 2 driver changes. The 3 Durangos Fandango will be driven by Isaac Love. Isaac Love will drive the 3 Durangos Fandango in the second race. Number 4, YF Good Credit, make that driver Marcus Detweiler. Marcus Detweiler from down in Sullivan, Illinois, will be driving the 4-horse YF Good Credit. Turning ahead now to race number 3, the 1-horse Super Sage, make that driver Marcus Detweiler. Marcus Detweiler will drive the 1-horse Super Sage in the third race, and the driver of number 2, Fox Valley Barbie, will be Jordan Patton. Jordan Patton on the 2-horse Fox Valley Barbie in the third race. Flipping ahead to race 4, we have another driver's change for you. The 3-horse Illini Game Day. Driver's change, make that one also Jordan Patton. Jordan Patton driving the 3 Illini Game Day in the fourth race. Race number 5 is clear. No changes. Race 6 will see our first scratch. Scratch the 4-horse Lose True Lou scratched sick. The 4-horse Lose True Lou is sick. Race 7 has 2 changes. The first is on the 1-horse London Fox. We have an owner change on that horse. The ownership group should reflect not taking David Avenatti out and adding 2D Racing into that group. So this will be Wyatt Avenatti, Emma Avenatti, Kevin Neatfelt, and 2D Racing will own the 1-horse London Fox. The 2-horse Love of a Lifetime, make that driver Marcus Detweiler. Marcus Detweiler will drive the 2-horse Love of a Lifetime. In tonight's 8th race, the 2-horse Four Paws will be driven by Matt Avenatti. Matt Avenatti on the 2 Four Paws. Race 9 is clear, no changes. Race 10 is clear, no changes. We got 10 exciting races for you here tonight, featuring the Illinois Standardbred Association Stakes as well as the Top Line Series races. Stick around. Pre-race festivities start off just shortly.
Crafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's and Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avenattiracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts. If you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out kerrauction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B and D Grocery in Mattoon.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home? Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
Long before the crowds arrive, the work is already underway. Track after track. Kevin Miller Stable campaigns winning standardbreds across the Midwest. Kev Miller Stable, 217-254-0170.
For over 40 years, horses have been our way of life. Built on experience, patience, and care. From sale preparation to rehabilitation, we are committed to helping horses reach their potential. Brenneman Equine, a tradition of horsemanship. Call Lamar or Ronnie today.
Unhandy Amby, Skunkalicious, Uncle Phil, he's a promise keeper, and Fred Red Summer. We'll begin our pre-race activities shortly.
Back with you on Harness Tube. Steve Surratt here with the broadcast for you this evening. David Brink doing your trackside announcing for the evening as he got pulled into service for that. Lisa Surratt will be your camera person for the evening. And we got a nice spot here in the grandstands. The usual things when you're in the grandstands, a few poles that you've got to deal with. But all in all, one of the most unobstructed views that we have at any track that we go to. And so excited about that and what's going on with that this evening. So with that, hey, send me messages if you want on the chat. I will try to get as many of them in as I possibly can this evening. And particularly tell me if there's something going on with the sound, but I think we've got all those things.
We've got another ambulance making its way on the grounds now. Rules stipulate there has to be an EMT on site to conduct harness races. First race, horsemen, bring your horses out looking for Unhandy, Ambi, Skunkalicious, Uncle Phil, he's a promise keeper, and Fred Red Summer. Tanner, do you have a national anthem down there? You have a national anthem down there? Got a couple minutes to the first race.
Test. There we go. Sorry, David, I could barely hear you out here. I don't know if you can turn that up just a hair on your side. But yeah, if you want to get the national anthem done and out of the way, I'm more than willing to if you guys are good with that.
Absolutely. I was just getting the sound guy informed, so I think we'll be good to go.
All right, sounds good. At this time, I would ask that you please rise if you're able and remove cover as I would introduce Miss Katie Nave to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Nicely done there. Got about, what, 5-10 minutes before our first race here, right, David?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay.
It's always nice to have a local talent sing the national anthem live. I got to say, that's always good to hear.
Hey, I'm going to tell you what, we made a Facebook post like Saturday before the fair started for a few nights of national anthem singers, and we're overwhelmed with the amount of responses. So
which is
every
awesome.
night should have, other than last night, the rodeo does their own thing. But yeah, every night from here on out, we'll have local talent performing the national anthem.
So cool, and anybody who does sing knows how hard of a song that is to actually perform. So the fact that you had a good turnout is quite awesome. Ambulance is here, though, so looking for today's first race.
Yeah, while we're waiting on those starters, I want to welcome David Brink. Everybody's used to Kurt Becker being here for the last few years. He had a scheduling conflict, and he said, don't worry, I've called David. He's going to be there for you. Why don't you introduce yourself a little bit, David? First time in Marshall?
This is my first time not only to Marshall, the Clark County Fair, but blown away. It's a beautiful facility, gorgeous track. Excited to be down here. This is really a part of the state that I enjoy coming, and horsemen wild for horse racing down in this area. The fans know what they're talking about. It's always a good time to come down and see some good horse racing.
We're certainly welcome, or certainly happy to have you here. I know you've got the harness tube going on as well, so pulling double duty for us tonight.
Trying to do what I can, but yeah, we have a little company called Harness Tube that goes around the county fairs broadcasting the horse races, as many as we can cover. We have Steve Surratt and Lisa Surratt working down here in the grandstand. Steve's working the production. Lisa's on camera technician for us tonight. But yeah, it's a little different up here in the booth than down there on the production table.
Well, I think it's great. The other day I was watching your races at Altamont. I've watched them from a few different fairs. So if you're a fan of harness racing, especially at the county fair level, look up harnesstube.com. I believe that's it. It'll take you to the link to the live races, right? And you can watch them from the comfort of your own home.
I sure appreciate that. Harnesstube.com. We have biographies of our horsemen. We have results. We have replays, all that good stuff, statistics on there. So check it out. Harnesstube.com will get you all that information and more.
Yeah, it's great to have you guys here, Harness Tube, for the first time as well. in Clark County. So, I guess you were at Martinsville. So, first time in Clark County, but first time in the Clark County Fair.
The Clark County Fair, yeah. We've been trying to get down here for a couple of years now. We've been trying to work together to get this done, and we appreciate Tanner working so hard to bring the races back, get things going, putting on a great program for you all tonight, and working to get, those little extras he can. He's always looking for something more.
Yep. One thing, too, before we get started, I know there's the crowd's still filing in a little bit here, not a ton of spectators here yet. I have a ton of pick-a-winner prizes, so I think probably even enough to give away a couple per race. So make sure you're filling out your pick-a-winner. Usually we do one grand prize at the end of the night of $100 cash. This year donated by Longview Bank. Bolin Enterprises over at Casey also donated a year of free oil changes, so I think we're going to do 2 grand prizes as well. So
that's awesome. They have such great sponsors here in Clark County. It donates so much. That's really cool.
Yep. Very, very lucky to have the businesses and families and everybody else that makes it go on. Clarksville Co-Ed 4-H group is walking around collecting those pick-a-winner tickets. They'll bring them over here to me. We'll draw till we find the right one. And yeah, we talked about the selections a little bit, but I'm going to grab a water here real quick because my voice is already tired from the last few days of being around here. But we can maybe help the crowd a little bit with some selections if you like.
But give a quick shout out to the 4-H kids running the pick-a-winner contest. They have the hardest job here today. It's a nice balmy night, and they're running up and down the grandstand, busy as ever. Looking for starters for today's first race. Horsemen, bring your starters out. Looking for 5 head, the Unhandy Amby, Skunkalicious, Uncle Phil, he's a promise keeper, and Fred Red Summer.
As they wait for the horses, we'll take a look at the picks here. Little split here. David and Lisa go the same 5-3-1 in this race. Tanner and I went 1-3-5. He went 1-5-3. So we'll see which one happens today here. And so
David, while we're waiting on those starters, the sponsor of this first race is Lawrence Gravel. They've been a long-time partner of the Clark County Fair here. Everett and Floyd Lawrence do a great job supporting the community as a whole. I want to give them a big thank you. Don't see them out here yet tonight, but Floyd helped with the horse races for a lot of years in some different roles. So great to, again, like I said, when it comes to pick-a-winners, anything like that, it doesn't take a lot of work on my end. People usually are calling me ones year over year. So it's a great problem to have that we can usually get more than we have horse races.
I always say that people that are trying are rewarded, and I think you're out here hustling for the fair, and people are rewarding you for that, right?
All right, thank you. Who'd you, David, I know you're doing your selections there on Harness Tube. Who'd you have winning the first race here?
Today's first race, yeah, we in a Harness Tube, we pick the trifecta for every race and keep points. It's 50 points for first place, 25 for second, 12 for third, and if you get any of the box right in the wrong order in the top 3, you get 10 points. So my top 3 picks for today's first race, I went on top to Fred Red Summer for Clark Fairley, using Uncle Phil and Marcus Detweiler second. My third choice was Unhandy Amby. Where are you at, Tanner?
Yeah, so I picked the 1, actually. I went on the opposite end for you. I'm thinking outside post may hurt the young 2-year-old, even though it's a very, very promising 2-year-old. I did have the 1 on top there just with the post position. Looked like had a couple quick starts there, and I think going to get a better trip today here with the Avenatti driver there for Kevin Miller. Previous $5,000 yearling. Second was Fred Red Summer. Clark Fairley there for the Tetrick stable out of nearby Jeff, Illinois. And then third, I had Uncle Phil with Marcus Detweiler. So,
I can't blame you much for picking Kevin Miller White Avenatti combination from the rail at a fair, right? It's a pretty deadly combination.
White Avenatti having a rail, I think we know where he's going to go.
You're absolutely right.
And I don't blame him one bit because anytime I had that same option, that's where I was going to go if I had the horse to do it. It's a lot easier to control the pace, control the entire race whenever you can do that. So.
And there's not traffic in your way, right?
Do what you said?
There's not traffic in your way, right? That helps too.
Exactly. Nothing out in front of you. Actually, one of my horses who'd never cut a mile cut one here for the first time many years ago. So it looks like we got maybe some starters out here.
See what we got, 2 and 3. 2 and 3. Still looking for the 1, Unhandy Amby. The 4, He's a Promise Keeper, and the 5, Fred Red Summer.
As we wait for horses, got to get the trigger started here. Dave and them trying to start the racing just shortly after 6. So they're going to do a post parade here, so that's going to take up a little bit of time. As I see the 3rd horse come out, there's one warming up out there as we continue to keep going here this evening. Again, want to thank our viewers for being in with us, and like I said, let me know if there is something out there that's kind of a ride tonight as we're trying to, stay on
Looking
top
for the
of
1
it.
and the 4. I think so.
I know 2 of our viewers from this morning are here, and
Tanner mentioned the 5 horse, Fred Red Summers, owned by Tegan Sage Racing from over in Jeff and Tyler Tetrick. Those of you from this area definitely know that Tetrick name. I think about everyone from this part of the country is familiar with Tim and Trace and Tom T and the whole Mary Alice, the whole family, to be honest. They've done a great job for years and went on to become arguably the best horsemen in the country right now from right here in Southern Illinois. Starters are out. Today's first race is the Lawrence Gravel sponsored blanket, an ISA pace, the Elmhurst Standardbred Association 2-year-old pace. This field combined both colts and fillies and geldings, I should say. There was not enough to split by the sex, so we have a combined field for an increased purse of $5,178. Fred Red Summers made 8 starts this year, 5 of those being wins, a second and a third. Each of the other 4 horses looking for their first lifetime win.
Jerome?
And here's our field. Let's meet our starters for today's first race. The 1 horse is Unhandy Amby, owned by Kevin Miller of Arthur, Illinois, trained by Kevin Miller, driven by Wyatt Avanetti. The 2 horse is Skunk Alicious, owned by Larry Binkley of Charleston, trained by Larry Binkley. The driver is Jordan Patton. Jordan Patton on the 2, Skunk Alicious. The 3 horses, Uncle Phil, owned by Lester Jason Detweiler of Sullivan, trained by Marcus Detweiler, driven by Marcus Detweiler. The 4 horse is He's a Promise Keeper, owned by Jody Peacock of Cantrell, trained and driven by Richard Schrock. And the 5 horse is Fred Red Summer, owned by Tegan Sage Racing of Jeff, Illinois, Tom Tetrick of Jeff, Illinois, that's Tyler Tetrick of Jeff, Illinois. The trainer is Clark Fairley, the driver today is Clark as well. Horses of today will be making a post parade in front of the grandstand and going right on in line to the starting gate on the backstretch, where Stacy and Aaron DeRoos will pick them up in their mobile starting gate with the extended wings. They'll gain speed over about a quarter mile. Make that correction, it's Aaron DeRoos driving and Roy Finn's our starter tonight, so it's a correction on my part. But he picks up the field about a quarter mile before the start. today's first race, two-wheel pace from the inside out. Unhandy Amby and Wyatt Avenetti. Skunk Alicious and Jordan Patton. Uncle Phil and Marcus Detweiler. He's a Promise Keeper and Richard Schrock. And Fred Red Summer and Clark Fairley. Gate begins to pick up speed. And here they come. Handy Andy grabbing the front of the racetrack on the outside. Fred Red racing along there second. Skunk Alicious back third and third by a couple of lengths. Back racing fourth is now Uncle Phil. At the back of the pack is He's a Promise Keeper. The field moves out of that first turn and towards that 8th mile marker, being led by Unhandy Andy and Wyatt Avenetti. On top about 5 lengths, racing second back there, Fred Red Summer and Clark Fairley. Back third by 4 lengths is Skunk Alicious and Jordan Patton. Moving from the back, now we have He's a Promise Keeper to take over to challenge for fourth, as they hit that quarter-mile marker. The field moves towards that first turn and hits 28-3? 28-3 to the quarter. 28-3, a quick pace on top for Unhandy Amby and Wyatt. Clark Fairley and Fred Red Summer chases them down as they head towards the home stretch for the first time in today's first race. On top is Unhandy Amby. Racing along there second, Fred Red Summer. We still have Skunk Alicious back there about 10 lengths in fourth. We've got a battle for fourth place back there. He's a Promise Keeper and Uncle Phil about neck and neck as they come past the half-mile marker. They reach the half-mile. 58-3. This is a stout pace for these two wheels, folks. On top is still Unhandy Amby, but Fred Red Summers caught that leader now, only back by about a length and a half or 2 lengths. And here comes Clark Fairley now, tipping to the outside. We're going to make this interesting now. On the inside, it's going to be Unhandy Amby, but right on by. There goes Fred Red Summer. Begins to open up on the field now. Fred Red Summer and Clark Fairley move towards that 3/4 mile marker on top by 5, 6, 7 lengths. Racing back there second, still Unhandy Amby. Jordan Patton and Skunk Alicious moving towards the 3/4 mile marker. 1:31.1 to the 3/4. 1:31.1. Clark Fairley is all alone out there with Fred Red Summer in the middle of that last turn. We got a race back there for third now. It looks like it's going to be Uncle Phil on the outside and the inside, and He's a Promise Keeper on the out. But on top, this is all Clark Fairley and Fred Red Summer. Let's give a huge round of applause first. Clark Fairley, Fred Red Summer, Tegan Sage Racing, Tyler Teacher, Jeff Illinois. Racing second back there is Skunk Alicious. Home third was He's a Promise Keeper, a nice mile. Fourth was Uncle Phil, and Unhandy Andy was fifth. Time for the mile 2:01 and 4/5 of a second.
Well, as we take a look at that first race, Tanner and I end up with 10 points as the one didn't do.
Presiding Judge Randy Callahan just noting that was a new lifetime record for the 5-horse Fred Red Summer. 2:01 and 4, dropping lifetime mark by just about 2 full seconds here today.
Horse is a nice, tall, lanky horse. I tend to like them. They're not long, but they're tall. As you take a look at that horse when it comes to the winner's circle here. Lisa Surratt will have that for you on camera.
Always good to see those green and gold T-Trick Racing shirts in the winner's circle today. And here comes our winner of today's first race. Fred Red Summer and Clark Fairley. Fred Red Summer. The winner of today's first race, the Lawrence Gravel Blanket. Fred Red Summer is a 2-year-old colt by Summerside out of 39 Red by Shady Shark Hanover. This 2-year-old colt's owned by Tegan Sage Racing of Jeff, Illinois, and Tyler T-Trick of Jeff. Trained and driven today to a new lifetime mark of 2:01 and 4. Clark Fairley, Fred Red Summer.
Yeah, David made me, he said if he had to announce, I had to do trackside interviews for Harness Tube, right? Is that how we did this, something?
As many as you want.
Just do one? What'd you say?
As many as you want.
Oh, as many as we want. So, introduce yourself, young man.
Hi, I'm Tyler Tetrick. I'm the owner of the Colt that just won there, so.
How's it feel to win?
It feels good. He's gone 6 for 9 now, so.
You don't know anything about harness racing, right? Like it doesn't run in your blood pretty deep and like kind of just in your DNA at this point?
You clearly don't know my last name then.
Fair enough. And he's a true Tetrick speaking like that. So, congratulations, young man.
Congratulations.
Give it up for the
Congratulations.
Tetrick family coming up here from Jeff to race horses with us tonight.
Race 1 is official. Go through our results after the truck passes real quick. The Lawrence Gravel 2-year-old pace. The 1-horse Unhandy Amby finished 5th. The 2 Skunkalicious was 2nd. The 3 Uncle Phil finished 4th. The 4 He's a Promise Keeper was 3rd. And the 5 Fred Red Summer was your winner. They reached the quarter in 28-3, the half in 58-3, 3/4 131-1, and time for the mile, a new lifetime mark 2:01 and 4/5 of a second. Race 2 trotters out anytime.
Still exists at Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's in Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avenattiracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts. If you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out kerrauction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
I started.
Why pay more for the same groceries?
About that same age as well. Drove my first horse. I actually went to it's called the Harness Horse Youth Foundation, one of their camps back in 2003. So if I could do the math in my head, but I don't want to give away my age that bad. But I was around 8th or 7th grade, middle school then. But it was really cool. I got to go down to Lexington, Kentucky to the Red Mile, actually race there, and then got chosen out of that camp to go to New Jersey to the Meadowlands and race. It's not much of a race, but they have trotting bred ponies that are basically miniature versions of these racehorses. And we got to race Hamiltonian Day during the card, or before the Hamiltonian card. So a couple cool memories. If my mom was here, she's coming later. She could, I guarantee you, she could tell you all those and exactly how old I was. But I believe the first horse we ever bought, first racehorse, was named Our Little Jelly Bean, and Randy Callahan probably saw me very young in my career. I can't hear you, Randy. Sorry, that drag went by, but Randy and I have been buddies for a long time.
Weight number 2 horse, GRC Mandy, in today's second race. I'm glad Tony mentioned the Harness Horsemen's Youth Foundation. I believe that organization is celebrating its 50th year this year. I think I heard there is going to be a big get-together for the graduates at Lexington in the fall meet. So really a cool program to kind of get kids interested in harness racing and teach them the ropes. And we have our own product right here in front of us, so a success story of that program.
There's been a ton of talent come from that program, and Ellen Taylor lives over there north of Indy and does a lot with that, has ramrodded that foundation for a long, long time. And you're correct. I think it's October 3rd or 10th at Lexington. They're doing their big reunion. So I got my invite in the mail the other day, and I need to take time off work to go down there, but it's easier said than done sometimes. So
understand that completely. Now, speaking of talent, if I remember correctly, weren't you part of a pretty good amateur driving colony about 15, 20 years ago?
I don't know if I was an amateur driver. I was never great talent, but we looked good when we were racing. That was always part of it. We always tried to look good, and we won a few races here and there. Yeah, but we got on the amateur side, and I won a few here in Paris and around, and I don't know how many total wins I have, but there's a handful there.
Well, your group of starters are out for today's second race.
Turn him around and start it over. Turn him, Chris, and bring him again.
Our starters are out for today's second race. The second race is the Welker and Ruth Goodman Memorial 2-year-old trot. Again, a combined race with colts and fillies combined for a purse of $5,040.
David, while they get that post-parade organized a little bit better, we talk about amateur drivers. Sometimes it feels like it when you're out there, especially at the county fairs when things are going different directions and things change. But while those guys get grouped up, you mentioned this is the Welker and Ruth Goodman Memorial. Welker's, I believe, I don't know where Nikki went. Nikki Monk's here tonight on behalf of the family, and gave me a few notes. His best horse was Bede Butler. So he was apparently a trotting man. Green and gold colors. You'll notice the blanket here in a minute. It's green and gold in honor of them. But she said he loved God, family, and horses. So
it's a pretty good combination, I think.
Yeah. So I want to thank Nikki, and I hope maybe some of the other family show. There's Nikki over there. So she's still a horsewoman herself, and still riding and messing with horses. So it's like we saw with young Mr. Tetrick there a minute ago. Sometimes it gets in your blood, and it's hard to get out of it.
Absolutely. Once the bug bites you, it's hard to get loose. Horses are gathering in the backstretch to post-parade for today's second race. Only appropriate that the Welker Goodman Memorial, being a 2-year-old trot, being a trot man himself. This race does have 2 program changes before the post-parade gets over here. The 3-horse Durango's Fandango, make that driver Isaac Love, and the 4 YF Good Credit will be driven by Marcus Detweiler.
David, who'd you pick for this race?
Good call. This race, I went 5-1-3 in this race using ABC Gangster on top. She's been strong, showing second places in the last three of the last 4 starts. My second place horse, I used R Irish Roads. And my third was Durango's Fandango. Where are you at, Tanner?
I'll let you introduce them as I go by, and then while they're headed to the post, I'll
Works for me. Let's meet our field for today's second race. The one horse is R Irish Roads, owned by L. James of Charleston, D. James of O'Fallon, Missouri, C. Harrell of KZ, and J. Brown of Charleston, trained by Joe Brown, driven by her husband, Chris Brown. The 2 horse is GRC Mandy, owned by Jerome Daniels of Springfield, trained and driven by Jerome Daniels. The 3 is Durango's Fandango, owned by Flacco Family Farms, LLC of Alexis, Illinois, trained by Jerome Daniels. The driver will be Isaac Love. The 4 horse YF Good Credit, owned by Cornelius Cabot of Virgins, Illinois, trained by Jerome Daniels for his 3rd horse in this race, but this driver will be Marcus Detweiler on the 4. And the 5 is ABC Gangster, owned by Autumn Nelson of Chrisman, trained by her father Dave Avenetti, driven by her brother Wyatt. And the 6 horse is Lose Recruit, owned by Olivia Taylor of Charleston, trained by Joe Brown. Driver of the 6 is Jordan Patton.
All right, while they head to the gate, I picked the 1, R Irish Roads. I guess I like that 1 post position, which I'm glad we're going against each other here, David, so we can see who comes out on top here in the end. You got me in the first one. Pulling for Jill Brown here. Jill's kind of an old buddy of mine as well. I was stabled at Charleston for a while. This one's owned by her mom and her sister and her brother, I believe. So I told Jill if she won, she had to get interviewed. She wasn't real happy with that, but that was our deal.
I'm beginning to take note that you're picking the 1 horse every time. Is that something you do? Huh?
What'd you say?
So I'm beginning to notice you're picking the 1 horse every race.
Yeah. 6 says who to go second, and the 3 or pick 3rd was the 5 ABC Gangster.
Great. The horses are behind the gate for today's second race. The gate begins to pick up speed. And here they come. And they're off and trotting on the inside of good away. It's GRC Mandy and Jerome Daniels. From the outside, it's ABC Gangster and Wyatt Avenetti. The field moves towards that first turn. It's still GRC Mandy on top by about a length and a half. On the outside is ABC Gangster. Making a break there was Durango's Fandango. The field moves up the backstretch for the first time, being led by, going off stride now is GRC Mandy, making the pass. Taking over the lead is going to be Wyatt Avenetti and ABC Gangster. Racing on their second now is R Irish Roads for the Brown Barn. Back there, catching trot now, 3rd GRC Mandy. Racing along 4th is Lose Recruit. 32-2 the opening quarter, 32 2/5 of a second. Still on top, it's going to be ABC Gangster and Wyatt Avenetti for his father, Dave Avenetti, and his sister, Autumn Nelson. But closing that gap now is Chris Brown and R Irish Rose. That 2-word filly trotter now is beginning to close the gap as they move towards that half-mile marker and reel in our leader, ABC Gangster. Racing back there 3rd is Durango's Fandango. 4th is GRC Mandy. 5th, Lose Recruit at the back of the pack. YF Good Credit. 102-3 to the half. 102-3. The field moves towards that 3rd turn now. It's still ABC Gangster on top by a length and a half, but R Irish Rose begins to close in now. She's only a length and a half off and beginning to close that gap now. Racing back there 3rd is Durango's Fandango. 4th is GRC Mandy. Lose Recruit, and about 20 lengths off stride is YF Good Credit. They move towards the 3/4 mile marker now. We have a new leader. It's going to be R Irish Rose on the outside. 134 flat. 134 flat to the 3/4. We have a horse race, folks. It's R Irish Rose on the outside. ABC Gangster on the inside there, neck and neck, stride and stride. We move towards the home stretch for the second time today's race. But opening up now is going to be ABC Gangster. Just took that corner a little bit better. Wide open is pretty comfortable now, open up by about 5 or 6 lengths. It's going to be ABC Gangster winning today's second race. Home second was R Irish Rose. Coming home third is going to be the 3-horse Durango's Fandango. Lose Recruit, looked like it had broken equipment. GRC Mandy. 5th, and at the back of the pack is YF Good Credit. Time for the mile, 2:04 and 1/5 of a second. 2:04 and 1. We'll meet our winner in just a moment.
It looks like I might be picking a little bit too close for Tanner. Tanner and I just have 30 points after 2 races to David's 137 and Lisa's 120 as far as the standings are going. And so not doing well, neither Tanner or I on the picks. And so coming to the winner's circle is part of the Avenatti family. As the winner is ABC Gangster.
Making his way back in front of the grandstand, the winner of today's second race, ABC Gangster. As a testament to Tanner and his track crew, we've had 2 races and 2 lifetime marks. ABC Gangster is a 2-year-old colt by Gangster Hanover and ABC Marla by ABC Garland. He's owned by Autumn Nelson there at the head of the horse, trained by her father, Dave Avenatti, driven by brother Wyatt. Let's give a big round of applause for the winner of today's second race, ABC Gangster. Race 2 is official. Our Irish Roads finished second. GRC Mandy was 5th. Durango's Fandango was 3rd. YF Good Credit was 6th. ABC Gangster was your winner. And Lose Recruit was 4th. They got to the quarter in 32 2/5 of a second. The half in 102 3/5 of a second. 3/4, 134 flat. Time for the mile, a new lifetime mark for ABC Gangster, 2:04 1/5 of a second. Race 3, 3-year-old Philly Pacers due out on the track. Horsemen bring out race 3.
David, sorry, I don't want to bug the Avenatti family because Dave Avenatti, the father to Wyatt and some of the herd there, the grandfather to some of the herd that came out. He told me earlier, he said, I need 9 stalls and I'm going to bring 5 grandkids. So I was like, they got a lot going on back there. So I do have to pick a winner ready. If we got a second.
Yes, you do.
Okay, perfect. Donated by the Marshall Chamber of Commerce is a game of Marshallopoly, which I have not.
Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home? Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
Long before the crowds arrive, the work is already underway. Track after track. Kevin Miller Stable campaigns winning standardbreds across the Midwest. Kev Miller Stable, 217-254-0170.
For over 40 years, horses have been our way of life. Built on experience, patience, and care. From sale preparation to rehabilitation, we are committed to helping horses reach their potential. Brenneman Equine, a tradition of horsemanship. Call Lamar or Ronnie today.
Back with you on the harness tube as we wait for the gentlemen to get back to their marks as we get ready for race 3 here. I've got to get a couple of, I just remembered I've got to keep those driver updates going on for race 3.
I heard applause as the 2-horse Fox Valley Barbie made her way in front of the grandstand. Fox Valley Barbie always brings a cheering section with her. They're hard to miss, wearing those bright pink shirts that say Fox Valley Barbie on them. Can't miss them. They travel around to the fairs all summer long, having a blast and just showing their enthusiasm.
David, I was just asked, and I should have known to do this, but I had a short conversation with Tina Schrock over here. Tina does a lot for Illinois horse racing, and kind of like Leanne Shin up there, you two, without you two, our worlds would be a lot worse. But quick reminder, Illinois State Fair harness racing is coming up here in the next 10 days, I would say. She rattled off the dates, and I couldn't remember them because my brain wasn't working that well. But I know one of them was 15th. Go to Illinois State Fair's website. You can get those days starting at 11 o'clock, those 5 horse racing days. And instead of pick a winner, you can have live wagering there. So Fairmount Park is handling that. After my first 2 races, I'm not sure I want to go and be any different than I'm just going to follow your lead. So
we appreciate Fairmount Park stepping up and running the pari-mutuel component of the Illinois State Fair, DuQuoin State Fair Racing. Waiting on the 4-horse, Illini Deceptive.
You take a look at this race. Everybody picked the 2-horse. David and I picked the 4-horse for second, and the 3-horse was picked by Lisa
and horses are out.
And Tanner. And we flip-flopped seconds and thirds between the 2 pair. So at least this
Let's
time,
meet our starters of
I'm
today's
Tanner.
third race. Today's third race is the Reed Trucking and Excavating Blanket. This is an Illinois Standardbred Association 3-year-old filly pace, racing for a purse of $2,664. A field of 5 will be making their way towards the starting gate shortly. The 1-horse is Super Sage. Super Sage is owned by Savannah Turner of Argenta, trained by John Fletcher. Driver should be Marcus Detweiler. The 2-horse is Fox Valley Barbie, owned by Kevin Miller of Arthur, Bart Seals of Mason, and Penny White of Altamont, trained by Kevin Miller, make the driver Jordan Patton. The 3 horses Fox Valley Mai Tai, owned by Dave Avenatti of Crispin, Emma Avenatti of Sydney, and Kevin Neatfeld of Piatone. Trained by David Avenatti, driven by his son Wyatt Avenatti. The 4 horses Illini Deceptive, owned, trained, and driven by Lerna's Clark Fairley. The 5 is Restless Angel, owned by Ernie Sork of Fairfield, Sean Nessa of DuQuoin, and Nori Nessa of Fairfield, trained by Sean Nessa. Drivers Isaac Love. 5 3-year-old filly pacers due at the starting gate momentarily.
David, this was one of the harder ones I had to pick a winner for because there's 3 or 4 in here. It's going to be hard to beat Super Sage, I think, from the rail, but I didn't even pick that one in the top 3. So I went with the 2 Fox Valley Barbie, Fox Valley Mai Tai for second, Illini Deceptive for third.
We're awfully close there because I went 2, 4, 3, switching. I used Barbie on top as well, and I used Fox Valley and Mai Tai as my third place, and Illini Deceptive as second. So we're boxing each other anyway. 5 3-year-old filly pacers moving behind the gate. Mobile starting car driven by Aaron DeRoos, and our starter Roy Finn begins to pick up speed as they swing for home. From the inside out is Super Sage. The 2 is Fox Valley Barbie. The 3, Fox Valley Mai Tai, Illini Deceptive, and Restless Angel. And here they come. They're off and pacing. Quickly, Fox Valley Barbie grabs the lead for Jordan Penton. On the outside, it's Fox Valley Mai Tai going to grab up and sit second as they move towards that first turn. It's Fox Valley Barbie on top, but here comes Fox Valley Mai Tai on the outside, racing along their third is Super Sage. Back there fourth is Illini Deceptive. At the back of the pack is Restless Angel. Fox Valley Barbie is going to grab the lead now as they move towards that quarter-mile marker. Fox Valley Barbie's open on top by about a length and a half, 2 lengths. Here comes sitting second, Fox Valley Mai Tai and Wyatt Avenatti. Racing back there third is a Super Sage for Marcus Detweiler. They move towards that quarter-mile marker. Back there fourth, 30 seconds flat, 30 flat to the quarter. Back on top, it's still going to be Fox Valley Barbie. Racing back there second, Fox Valley Mai Tai. Racing third by about a couple 3 lengths is Super Sage. Racing along there fourth, we've got Illini Deceptive. And at the back of the pack, Restless Angel. The field moves in front of the grandstand for the first time in the race. A little bit, but on top, it's going to be Fox Valley Barbie getting a cheer from her connections in the stands. Here's a move now from Illini Deceptive. They move past the half-mile marker. 59 flat, 59 flat. That's a pretty nice pace for these filly pacers out here. On top, Lehman on the outside. It looks like Illini Deceptive, and Clark Fairley begins to make his move from third. On the inside is Super Sage, and at the back of the pack is Restless Angel. Making a move now. Here comes Fox Valley Mai Tai to challenge for that lead as Jordan Patton pulls his earplugs to open up his hearing to try to step on that gas pedal on the outside. Looks like Fox Valley Mai Tai on top by about a long neck. 128 and 4 to the 3/4. 128 and 4. They're neck and neck in the last tournament. Here comes Illini Deceptive. He's going to have to go 3 wide on the grandstand side for Clark Fairley. On the inside is Fox Valley Mai Tai. Fox Valley Barbie battling it out. Illini Deceptive. Look on the inside. Super Sage looking for room, but it's going to be Fox Valley Mai Tai. Illini Deceptive. Illini Deceptive. Illini Deceptive wins this. Fox Valley Mai Tai was second, Fox Valley Barbie was third, Super Sage was fourth, and Restless Angel was fifth. Time for the mile, 1:58 flat.
An exciting race there coming through. And I don't know why our picks, well, let me go through here. There we go, there's our picks. Lisa and Tanner come out on top with 45 points apiece there. Lisa in second place by 2 points to David Brink, as he and I got 30 points on that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't say it enough. Tanner's done a great job of this track because we have our third race and our third lifetime mark. That's a new lifetime mark for Illini Deceptive, 1:58 flat. Give a big round of applause for Tanner and the whole track crew here at the Clark County Fair.
appreciate the kind words, David, and it's really not just me. Brad O'Rourke, Chris O'Rourke, who was our president for 20 years and finally decided maybe he wanted to step back and relinquish some of that. Thank Chris for all his years, but he's getting to enjoy dragging the track this year instead of being stuck in an office. So when you see Chris come by, give him a big shout. But yeah, Chris, Brad, Bobby Smitley, our new president, he's been out here working. Bill Jodrich in the water truck. I'm sure I'm missing somebody because I always feel like I do, but it's a slew of people that make this all happen.
It's a great crew here at the Clark County Fair, and Marshall doing a wonderful job putting on our races for us. Let's meet our winner of today's third race. And there's young 11-year-old Tyler Tetrick at the head of that horse. Illini Deceptive is a 3-year-old filly by Captain Trevor, by Ty's Artists, by Real Artist. She's owned, trained, and driven by Lerna's Clark Fairley. She was a $4,000 purchase at the Illini Classic 2 years ago.
David, I'm not doing very good with these trackside interviews. Clark Fairley's quick man to get out of here. If you know him, he's kind of a man of few words anyway. So I think that might be by design.
Well, speaking of Clark in interviews, I remember when I was a kid, I'm pretty sure Kurt could not get Larry Binkley to do an interview for the life of him. This was Fox Valley Jackson, mind you, so he was winning a lot of races at the time, but Kurt could not get him to do an interview. I even think at Greenup maybe one year, there was a little money put on the line. If Larry would do an interview, someone's going to front some money to a charity or something, so I feel your pain on that one, absolutely.
I remember who I was having the conversation with. Sorry for the delay in the microphones. It gets me every time. But I had a conversation with somebody the other day. Now, I can remember Kurt Becker sprinting from up there, down the steps, onto the track to do an interview. And I was so impressed by that. And that's kind of why I wanted to kind of do that. I don't want to say in honor of Kurt, but I was so glad to have you. I was hoping to have him to, work on my public speaking skills here, though. But I was always impressed by that, and he did. And I can't remember what it was, a deaf charity, hearing disabled charity of some kind. Randy Callahan probably knows. He's been around forever. But yeah, there were a handful of drivers, and that older generation of drivers, not real talkative. They're not real flashy. They're pretty laid back. I grew up around Randall Finn. He was kind of my mentor, and he hated if Kurt asked him a question. So Randall was a very even-keeled, quiet guy. I did hear earlier, I think Randy Callahan and Randall's brother Roy is in the starting car. Randall just drove a race the other day, and he's like 79 years old now. So it's kind of neat the longevity some of our human athletes can do on this side. Later in the card, Earl Avenatti Sr. is a trainer of one, and I can't remember what race he's in. I believe Earl is 86. He's here today getting his horse ready. So it's just, that's one cool thing about this sport is that age is literally just a number. You don't, it doesn't make much difference in the end.
You're absolutely right. We were at Altamont, the Effingham County Fair a couple days ago, and Ray Gash from down in Du Quoin, Illinois, made a start on his 4-year-old trotting filly. Ray turns 91 this weekend. 91 years old, still out there mixing it up with these guys, doing a great job. As Tanner was saying, harness racing is about the only thing where you see guys and girls, young and old. We got drivers out here from about 20 years old, maybe 19, up to what you were saying about the upper 70s. So really an equalizing sport, fun for all, and something that the average person can get into. Looking for starters for the fourth race. Horsemen bring out the fourth race, looking for Fox Valley End Zone, Drill Baby Drill, Illini Game Day, and Smoking Them Some Stars.
But I also forgot to introduce our trackside guest there presenting that last blanket, Mr. Ronnie Reed of Reed Trucking and Excavating. Hanging out here on the stage, he's a big fan of harness racing, travels all over to watch him, so glad to have Ronnie here. And he helps us out around here too. He came in the other day with some equipment and helped us get everything slicked up, so big thanks to Ronnie. I do have some pick winner prizes here. If I can, I need about 4 more hands to make all this work well. Let's do another combination of a gift certificate of the West Union Cafe and free oil change and tire rotation for just one free one. Jody Quinn. Joe, there you are up there. All right, Jody, congratulations. $50 to the West Union Cafe. I believe that's Kay Dyson, something.
I'm waiting for David to give the official rundown, as I can't mark it official till somebody tells me it's official. I could, but got to keep these guys going here. Thank you.
Oh, that was a wide open horse race, and it's actually hard to find people that pick the Illini Deceptive there.
Top 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, as the winner was Illini Deceptive, 30 and 30 flat, 59 flat, 128.4, and 158 flat. So with that, that's an official.
Here we go.
And we'll move on to.
And I know she's out there.
Race.
Kathy Harrell. Thought I saw her earlier. Right there. Okay. Kathy stepped away for a minute, but I think we got her one there for the free oil change and tire rotation from Bowen Enterprises. If I could get one of our pick-a-winner runners over here before I forget where everybody's setting, that would be much appreciated.
I think we're still looking for the 4-horse, Smoking Them Some Stars. Today's 4th race, Smoking Them Some Stars.
David, we talked to the track crew, but I really need to thank all you up there as well for taking time out of your evenings. Randy Callahan's been a long-time judge here. Appreciate him. I'm going to interview you later if you're not careful. Mark Kingery, he's been a timer for us the last handful of years. Lee Ann Chin does so much for Illinois horse racing, it's not even close. Really want to thank her, Carrie Cook as well, for helping us out. Lori Rhodes, one of our other board members, helped us tonight in the office. So thank you. Sounds like maybe starters are out.
I think starters are out for today's 4th race. Today's 4th race is the Bill and Pat Rhodes Memorial. ISA, Illinois Standardbred Association, for 3-year-old Colton Geldings. This pace for a purse of $2,564. Fox Valley End Zone coming in off 3 wins in a row. Drill Baby Drill coming in off 2 wins in a row. And Illini Game Day coming in winning the last start as well. Let's meet our field. The 1 horse is Fox Valley End Zone, owned and trained by Tanner Saltzgaver of Dewey. The driver is Matt Avanetti. The 2 horses, Drill Baby Drill, owned by Kenneth Schrock of Arthur, Lester Detweiler of Sullivan, and Dave Schrock of Humboldt, trained and driven by Marcus Detweiler. The 3 horse is Illini Game Day, owned by Kevin and Keith Miller of Arthur and Andy Miller of Sydney, trained by Kevin Miller. Make that driver Jordan Patton. And the 4 horses, Smoking Them Some Stars, owned by Kevin and Daryl Miller of Arthur, trained by Kevin Miller. Driver is Wyatt Avanetti. 4 3-year-old pacing Colts and Gildings do at the gate for today's 4th race in just a moment. Get those pick winners in.
Yep, final call for pick winner race 4. I had the 1, Drill Baby Drill, Marcus Detweiler, training up there out of Charleston. Second went to Fox Valley End Zone, and third, Illini Game Day. We had a bunch of competitive races that were really hard for me to pick who was going to be on top.
You've got some really good races here. You're absolutely right. You know, and actually, this is the race. I'm going to flip-flop you, Tanner. I'm going the 1 horse on this one. Give me Fox Valley End Zone. I'm going to pick the 3 horse to finish second, Illini Game Day, and Drill Baby Drill to finish third. So we'll see what happens. 4 3-year-old Colton Gilding Pacers. 3-year-olds moving behind the gate. Starter Roy Finn picks him up. His driver, Aaron DeRoos, steers that car. From the inside out, the 1 horse Fox Valley End Zone for Matt Evanetti. The 2 horse Drill Baby Drill for Marcus Detweiler. The 3 is Illini Game Day, Jordan Patton. And the 4, Smoking Them Some Stars, Wyatt Avenatti. Gate straightens for home, begins to pick up speed. Here they come. They're off and pacing, and it's Smoking Them Some Stars getting the first call from the outside. On the inside is Fox Valley End Zone protecting that inside lane. Fox Valley End Zone is going to lead this field into the first turn. Fox Valley End Zone and Matt Avenatti on the outside racing there. Second is Smoking Them Some Stars, and Wyatt Avenatti back there third. Drill Baby Drill at the back of the pack is Illini Game Day. The field's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4, 3. They move towards that quarter-mile marker, being led by Fox Valley End Zone. On the outside now, here comes Illini Game Day and Jordan Patton. 29 seconds flat, another opening quarter that's really lightning fast out here. On top is Fox Valley End Zone. Racing back there, second Illini Game Day and Jordan Patton putting challenge the 2 Drill Baby Drill. Marcus Detweiler at the back of the pack is Smoking Them Some Stars and Wyatt Avenatti. The field turns towards the home stretch for the first time now. 2 in, 2 out on the inside of Fox Valley End Zone's leading this field now. Racing second, a little closer is Jordan Patton in Illini Game Day. Back there, third in the prime spot is Drill Baby Drill. 59 flat to the half, 59 flat. They're still being led by Fox Valley End Zone. Takes this 4-horse field into that third turn. He's on top by about a length and a half. Illini Game Day on the outside is going to pull his earplugs to try to get his horse to go on a little bit more on the inside. Looking for some room now. Marcus Detweiler's got his hands full of horse here. And at the back of the pack, Smoking Them Some Stars is not out of this, folks. He's only about 3 lengths off the leader. We got a 4-horse horse race now. We are stacked up as we move towards that 3/4 mile marker. Still being led by Fox Valley End Zone. 129 and 2. 129 and 2 of the 3/4 are still being led. It's Fox Valley End Zone on top. But here comes Smoking Them Some Stars. 3 wide behind the leader. On the inside, you got Drill Baby Drill between horses. Illini Game Day. On the outside, Smoking Them Some Stars. But they're going to have to catch Fox Valley End Zone and Matt Evanetti on the inside. On the outside, here comes Smoking Them Some Stars. Fox Valley End Zone, Smoking Them Some Stars. Smoking Them Some Stars is going to win this. Fox Valley End Zone home second. Looked like Drill Baby Drill was third, and at the back of the pack was Illini Game Day. Time for the mile. 1:58 and 4/5 of a second. 1:58 and 4/5.
I want to thank the Rhodes family for sponsoring this race. I got another one coming up, with this one in honor of Bill and Pat. Rhodes family, very prominent family around the Clark County Fair. Appreciate all their time and support.
Results are unofficial as our presiding judge, Randy Callahan, consults with Steve Surratt from Harness Tube to watch some video replay and make a determination. I know how much Randy appreciates Harness Tube being here. Second set of eyes for him. He can go back and check some of those things that need some extra review time. Making his way from the barn area towards the winner's circle is our trainer, Kevin Miller, there. And here to my right side, I've got the winner of today's fourth race. Here comes Smoking Them Some Stars. Smoking Them Some Stars is a 3-year-old gelding by Some Star Somewhere out of Smoking Them Blue Jeans by Big Bad John. Owned by Kevin and Daryl Miller of Arthur. Bred by Dr. Diana Wilson of Martinsville. Trained by Kevin Miller right there next to driver Wyatt Avenetti. Let's give a big round of applause. Smoking Them Some Stars. 158 and 4/5 of a second.
They're arguing over who gets to give the interview. Kevin, I think Wyatt's going to give away. No, he's on the horse. He's got to get back. I remember racing against you here years ago, if you remember that. We were talking earlier about I had a horse lead the mile for the first time ever, and she was slow, and I think we were all bundled up going in the first turn at one point. But appreciate you coming back to the Clark County Fair year after year. What's it like training these racehorses day in, day out? Give these fans a little perspective of what your normal day looks like.
Basically, just got to get up early and go to work and make sure the horses get the work, get jogged and trained right, and then the results will show up.
Well, you certainly have some good results. You got horses racing in Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky. Have you got down to Kentucky?
Yeah, Kentucky. We went to Oak Grove quite a bit this spring.
Yeah, so well-traveled, man. I appreciate you coming back. Hopefully we'll see you back here later.
Trainer Kevin Miller for Smoking Them Stars. Some Stars. I think Tanner undersold that. Kevin travels all across the state, splitting up his stable, racing in multiple locations on the same day often. It's quite a busy job he keeps. Race 4 is official now. The 3-year-old Colton Gelding pace, Bill and Pat Rhodes Memorial from the top. Fox Valley End Zone was second. Drill Baby Drill was third. Illini Game Day was fourth. And Smoking Them Some Stars was your winner. They got to the quarter in 29 flat, the half in 59, 3/4 at 129 and 2/5 of a second, and time for the mile 158 and 4. Race 4 checks down 2, 3, 4, 1 on the bottom. Race 5 horses doing the backstretch shortly, looking for 3-year-old filly trotters in today's 5th race. Do Better Des approaching Anawan, Shady Maple Caddy, and TVS Tia Wind.
Real craftsmanship still exists at Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's in Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenetti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenetti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avenettiracing@gmail.com today. Avenetti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
David, is the harness tube crew staying cool down there underneath that new fan?
They are. They have a nice fan over top of them. They got some cool ice packs on the back of their neck, keeping their temperature down. They're doing all right, I think.
All right, perfect.
I haven't heard any complaints.
New fans this year. Bobby Smitley and his dad Rob, both board members, put those up one weekend. We got some community partners that donated some money for that to help keep our patrons a little more cool. One other update you might see around the fairgrounds here is all new LED lights around the track. So last year we had them just here in front of the grandstand that really lit things up. Now every light you see in front of you is LED. So again, some great community partners there helping us out, some different ways to get some funding. As you know, it's always it's a lot really easy if you have the money to do something. Well, we have the time, we don't always have the money. So.
Absolutely. We appreciate all the investments that Clark County Fair has made on their facilities and their grandstand here. Ladies and gentlemen, are you having fun watching horse races? Let's give a round of applause for Tanner and the Clark County Fair Board, please. Let's give it up for horse racing tonight at the Clark County Fair. Looking for 4 horses for today's 5th race. We're almost halfway through our racing card of the night, folks. It's kind of gone by pretty quickly. Still waiting on the 3, Shady Maple Caddy.
David, while you wait for starters, I feel like we've been getting behind a little bit, and I apologize. That's as much on me as anybody on these memorials and different sponsors for these races. Next one coming up, race 5, is going to be in honor of Ralph and Bob Mars, their memorial blanket. Again, the Mars family. Haven't seen them out here tonight, but doesn't mean they aren't here somewhere. They're always great supporters of the Clark County Fair. Longtime horsemen as well, so it's kind of always nice to see that give back like that.
And we appreciate those memories being shared. The horsemen past that have made such an impact here in Marshall and the Clark County in general.
While we wait on those and we're making our final pickle winner selections, I'll run down my lineup. David can hit his when he gets time up there. He's got a lot of irons in the fire, but here's Earl Avenatti, Senior, in this race, the 86-year-old trainer from Clinton, Indiana. Farms around, or the farm they have is around Crispin, so glad they could come down tonight. I could pick Shady Maple Caddy on top. Been a really hot horse here lately. Second, Do Better Des. There was a barn change in there somewhere because I believe this horse raced here last year with Travis Seekman and Denny Gardner and those connections, but I think Do Better Des comes in second. Third's going to be approaching Anawan by my selection. These trotters have a hard time at these county fair turns, so anything can happen. We've all had mishaps and things of that nature go off stride. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out.
It's getting scary, Tanner. I'm telling you, you're close. Your picks are getting a lot closer and closer to mine. I don't know what that means, but it is what it is. So I went 3-2-1 in today's 5th race using Shady Maple Caddy on top, but I did flip-flop using Approaching Anawan second and Do Better Des, which was in Denny Gardner's barn last year for my 3rd choice. And I think all 4 starters are on the track. The field begins to gather for today's 5th race. This is our Ralph and Bob Mars Memorial for 3-year-old filly trotters, racing for a purse of $2,438. 3 horses in this field have already won this year. Do Better Des won back at Petersburg in 205-3, Approaching Anawan. Got a win off the card there you can't see though. Shady Maple Caddy showing 2 wins on the card. Most recently at Urbana in 206-4. TVS Tia Win looking for a first win this year, but has 2 from last year. Let's meet our starters in today's fifth race. The 1 is Do Better Des. It's owned by Marcus and Jason and Lester Detweiler of Sullivan, trained by Marcus Detweiler, driven by Jason Detweiler. The 2 is Approaching Anawan, owned, trained, and driven by Edgewood's Jacob Radel. The 3 is Shady Maple Caddy, owned by Earl Avenatti of Clinton, Indiana, and Malda Horn of Clinton, Indiana. Earl Avenatti trains, Wyatt Avenatti doing the driving. And the 4 is TVS Tia Wind, owned, trained, and driven by Springfield's Jerome Daniels. 4 3-year-old filly trotters due at the starting gate momentarily. Mobile starting gate picks up our field. Driver Aaron DeRoos controls the steering of that car. Our starter Roy Finn has a throttle control, gradually increasing the throttle while the horses stay combined behind the gate. When they say go and release the field, our driver will step on the gas and accelerate away and safely away from the horses. From the inside out, Do Better Des, Jason Detweiler, Approaching Anawan, Jacob Radel, Shady Maple Caddy, Wyatt Avenatti, and TVS Tia Wind. Who's off stride at the back of the pack, Jerome Daniels. And here they come. They're off and trotting, getting the first calls. Approaching Anawan and Jacob Radel away quickly from the inside. On the outside is Shady Maple Caddy. They're 3 wide into that first turn. Do Better Des on the inside. Approaching Anawan between horses, but Shady Maple Caddy quickly grabbing the lead, moving out of that first turn. Racing back their seconds, Do Better Des on the outside. Approaching Anawan races third, and it's about 20 lengths back to TVS Tia Win. The field begins moving towards that quarter-mile marker, and here comes Approaching Anawan and Jacob Radel moving towards that neck and neck with Wyatt and Shady Maple Caddy. They hit that quarter-mile marker, race towards that first turn, 30 and 3/5 of a second, 30 and 3. There's neck and neck, side by side in that second turn, and Jason Detweiler is just licking his chops, looking for room when they turn here. On the inside, it's Shady Maple Caddy. On the outside, Approaching Anawan. Sitting back there, third in the garden spot is Do Better Des and Jason Detweiler. They're 2 in, 1 out, and 1 back. They race towards the half-mile marker. Approaching Anawan, grabbing the lead now as they make their way towards that third turn. They hit the half. A minute flat, 1 minute flat. Approaching Anawan, going wide into that first turn, carrying momentum way wide in that first turn. Let's Shady Maple Caddy open up again by about 2 lengths, and Do Better Des sneaking up the inside to take over second now. And Approaching Anawan goes off stride, but here we have Do Better Des to challenge our leader. Jason Detweiler goes to the outside, goes for the whip now, and they're neck and neck moving towards that 3/4 mile marker. It's Shady Maple Caddy and Do Better Des on the outside, grabbing the lead now. Do Better Des is moving towards the 3/4 mile marker. 131 flat to the 3/4. Do Better Des on the outside. Shady Maple Caddy on the inside, second by about 3/4 of the length, but Do Better Des starts to accelerate now for Jason out there. Do Better Des is controlling this race. Shady Maple Caddy did all the hard work the first 3/4 of the mile, but this is going to be Do Better Des for the Detweiler clan. Jason, Marcus, and Lester. Do Better Des. Young Jason Detweiler gets his second lifetime driving win. Home second was Shady Maple Caddy. Approaching Anawan was third. And TVS Tia Win still on the track, folks. Be careful. We still have a horse in the last turn. TVS Tia Win looking to finish this mile.
2:02 and 4.
Time for the mile, 2:02 and 4/5 of a second. 2:02 and 4/5 of a second. We'll meet our winner in just a second. good to have our fair royalty out here helping present the Ralph and Bob Mars Memorial Blanket, today's 5th race. Takes a lot of practice and confidence and working all summer long getting ready for their pageants. I know they put in a lot of time, a lot of hard work. Here they are making their way back in front of our winner's circle. Today's 5th race winner, Do Better Des. Do Better Des is a brown filly, 3-year-old filly by Southwind Chrome, out of Love and New Forever by Credit Winner. She's owned by Marcus, Jason, and Lesser Detweiler, trained by Marcus. Second lifetime driving win, young Jason Detweiler, only 27 years old. Give me a big round of applause. Do Better Des. And today's 5th race is official. Looking down your program, Do Better Des was your winner. Approaching Anawan finished 3rd. Shady Maple Caddy was 2nd, and TVS Tia Wind was 4th. They reached the quarter in 30 and 3, the half in a minute flat. 3/4 1:31 flat. Time for the mile 2:02 and 4/5 of a second. Top down should check 1:324 on the bottom. 30 and 3, minute flat. 1:31, 2:02, 4/5 of a second. Looking for 3 Colt and Gelding trotters for today's 6th race. We're going to scratch the 4, lose true, lose 6. So if you're playing pick a winner, keep in mind the 4-horse is a scratch.
David, I'm going to give Marcus a break there since he was by himself. He even made me go to work. So once the water truck gets by here, we will give pick winners. And I lied to you guys earlier. I actually have enough for 3 pickle winners this race. So thank you to our local businesses. It's going to be hard for me to remember where everybody is. So we all may have to help me. Let's see. $25 Marshall Liquor Store, Steve Medley. Steve Medley. There, over there.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at KerrAuction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts. If you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out KerrAuction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home? Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
Long before the crowds arrive, the work is already underway. Track after track. Kevin Miller Stable campaigns winning standardbreds across the Midwest. Kev Miller Stable, 217-254-0170.
2026 Junior Miss Clark County Fair Queen Anna Smitley.
Good evening, Clark County. I'm your 2026 Little Miss Clark County, Audrey Kramer.
Thank you.
David, can you believe this? I get to MC the Queen pageant as well. I think everybody around here is scared to hold a microphone, so they hand it to me, but...
You want to hear something funny?
Sure.
I've actually judged a beauty pageant before.
That's probably more impressive. I just have to read from a script, so...
Exactly right.
And I will say my script the other night, there was apparently a change from the last couple years, and I screwed it all up. So I joke that it's kind of like Anchorman. If it was on a teleprompter in front of me, I'm more than likely going to say it. So this is a little easier tonight where I don't have something I have to say.
Exactly, you can free flow. I want to comment, our royalty all color coordinated. I can't color coordinate my shirt with my shoes, all three of them in pink out there. How cool is that?
That's pretty cool, yeah. I don't have to dress any certain way. They're pretty easy going. So I put the T-shirt at home. I at least put a button up on this year.
Completely understand that. Looking for the two-horse class comedian. Today's sixth race.
David, while we wait on that final horse, I'll eat up some time here. I went with the 4 Lou's True Lou out of the Nessa stable to win this one. Loser Lottery, the Brown stable to be second. And third, I went with the Detweiler's Woodside Acres Dirk. And I'm really glad you have to announce the names tonight, all these horses. Randy Kane reminded me a little bit ago, I once named a horse Chicken with a Banjo. And he still gives me crap about that apparently. But he actually win the Open out at Buffalo, New York in his later days.
We started out today's 6th race. And let's meet our field for today's Dean Reed Memorial. The one-horse Lou's Lottery is owned by Flacco Family Farms, LLC of Alexis, trained by Joe Brown. Make that driver Jordan Patton. The two-horse Class Comedian, owned and trained and driven now by Jacob Radel. The three-horse Woodside Acres Dirk, owned by Lester and Jason Detweiler, trained by Marcus, driven by Marcus. And the four-horse Lou's True Lou is a scratch. I guess with that scratch tenor, I got to go, because I had Lou's True Lou pick second, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 in this one, using Lou's Lottery on top, Class Comedian second, and Woodside Acres Dirk for my third choice. Those of you horse racing fans from down this part of the country might recognize the name of the breeder on the two, Class Comedian. That Tom Shin, we lost a couple years back, was a great impact on not only Illinois horse racing, downstate horse racing, county fair horse racing. He wrote many articles for years and years, was a historian, charter, did a lot of things. charted a Hamiltonian. Is that right, Leanne? Did he chart a Hamiltonian? Did Tom Shin chart a Hamiltonian one time? Yes, I thought so. There we go. Yeah, so just quite a resume that he accomplished, the breeder of that two-class comedian. The field approaches the gate for today's 6th race. From the inside out, it's Lose Lottery and Jordan Patton, Class Comedian, and Jacob Radel from Edgewood, and Woodside Acres Dirk for young Marcus Detweiler. Car turns for home. Gate begins to pick up speed. Class Comedians off stride, and here they come. And they're off and trotting from the inside. It's Lose Lottery quickly away for the lead, racing back there second, Woodside Acres Dirk. And at the back of the pack after the early miscue is Class Comedian. Lose Lottery and Jordan Patton leads this field into the first turn towards that 8th mile marker, on top by about 2 or 3 lengths now. Racing back there second is Woodside Acres Dirk and Marcus Detweiler. And at the back of the pack is Class Comedian. The field is in 1-3-2 as they move towards that quarter-mile marker. On top, being led still by Lose Lottery and Jordan Patton. They hit that quarter-mile marker, race towards that first turn. 31-3 as they move towards that second turn. 31 3/5 of a second. That's a nice opening panel for these young 3-year-old trotting colts and geldings. On the outside now, here comes Class Comedian and Jacob Riddle after the early miscue. Going to come battle now for second or third. Looks like on top still is going to be Lose Lottery, but here comes Class Comedian to take over second now. It's Class Comedian challenging for the lead. Class Comedian pushes onto the front. Class Comedian gets a nose on top as they move towards that third turn now. 103 flat to the half, 103 flat. The field races towards that third turn. On the inside, battling back now is Lose Lottery on the outside. Class Comedian trying to hang on that length lead he had going towards the half-mile marker. And at the back of the pack, looking to pick up the pieces, it's all Woodside Acres Dirk. But on top is still Lose Lottery, a little too tough, holding off the challenger. Putting him away now by about half a length, 3 parts of a length. Sneaking up the inside is Woodside Acres Dirk looking for racing room. On top, Lose Lottery takes the field towards the 3/4 mile marker. 133 2 to the 3/4. 133 2/5 of a second. On top, in the last turn now is Lose Lottery by about 2 lengths, racing back there second. Woodside Acres Dirk isn't out of it yet, folks. He's still got some catching up to do, but Lose Lottery on top. Woodside Acres Dirk racing back there second, and Class Comedian third. They're going to have to catch Jordan Patton, Lose Lottery, the Jill Brown trainee, the winner of today's 6th race, Lose Lottery. Woodside Acres Dirk is home second, Class Comedian third. Time for the mile. 2:03 2/5 of a second. 2:03 2. We'll meet our winner in just a moment.
David, I'm going to make this pick winner easier on me whenever I brought him with me this time so I don't lose track near as easy. But Ronnie Reed's going to join me in the memorial race for his father, Dean Reed. He told me the construction company he started for, and I already forgot it, so apologize, Ronnie. But started over in Effingham working for a company and then started a local business here doing excavating work in the Clark County area. So Ronnie always helps us out. He's always a big friend of the fair. And as you can tell, sponsoring a couple blankets for us tonight, so appreciate him.
Folks, I sound like a broken record, but I believe this is our 6th race and 4th lifetime mark. 2, 3, and 2 for Lose Lottery. Lowers his lifetime mark of about 4 seconds and a fifth, so a nice mile out here. Breaking track record, or breaking lifetime records left and right. Here comes our winner now, making his way to the winner's circle, Lose Lottery, excuse me, Lose Lottery. Looks like our winner had some equipment malfunctions. Not only is horse one with broken hobbles, how about that? I mean, with equipment malfunction and all. Let's give a big round of applause for today's winner of today's 6th race, Lose Lottery. Lose Lottery is a 3-year-old gelding by Lose Legacy out of Casino Royale by SJ's Caviar. This gelding's owned and bred by Flacco Family Farms from Alexis LLC of Alexis, Illinois. Trained by Joe Brown right there at the head of the horse in the pink. Driven today by Jordan Patton. Let's give a big round of applause. New lifetime mark 2, 3, and 2. Lose Lottery.
I told Jill Brown earlier that if she won a race tonight, I had to have, Jordan's going to stay around too. Moral support, he says. Now, Jordan, you're pretty big on Facebook. You can surely say a few words in public. All right, well, we're going to start with you since we're going to make it hard because I'm going to finish up with Jill here. But, all right, Jordan, what's the track like tonight here in Clark County?
Really good. Fast. Got a little life to it, so we try to see how fast we can go around there.
Well, good. I mean, it sounded like you went fast enough, obviously, to win. But it's one nice thing about this clay. It comes to life a little bit as the night goes on. And we get a little moisture coming up. So is it your first? It's surely not your first time here, is it?
No, I've been staying here since I was 8, 9 years old.
I'm in Clark County, but...
I've been staying in Clark. We used to stable in the Horseshoe Barn when I was very young.
Well, awesome. Welcome home, I guess. I missed that. I don't know where I was during that size, but I've been around a little bit, too. I doubt I was in Chicago very long, so... But one time, Jill, do you remember, we were in Chicago, and I won probably the biggest purse money I'd ever won in one night.
By herself, and I said, I'm getting in that win picture with you.
She did, and she went up there and held the old horse I had named Granny Nanny, who's still in my pasture, by the way. So, I mean, if you want to bring her out of retirement, you can do that. But she's a borderline too old, yeah. So, what's it like coming to Clark County? You guys have been here the last few years with us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we try to come here every year. Since I was coming with my granddad, we always come to Clark County, so we try to come here every year.
Well, we appreciate it. It's family affair, right? So what's it like training horses for family members? I've done it. I think everybody's done it at some point.
No, they're pretty good. My mom does have some opinions. But, yeah, so I have to say, because she's here. But, no, everything goes good. She picked this filly out that we raced in the second race, and the other, my sister and my brother, are silent partners.
Perfect. Perfect. And when they pick them out, if they do bad, that's on them, right?
Correct. Yes, it's never the trainer's fault.
All right. I'll let you guys get back to the barn. I think you got at least one more. I appreciate you guys. You're done? All right. Well, wish them well getting back to Charleston. I'm going to make this a little easier on myself by being on this side of the track. There's a guy down here that used to do some with racehorses, and I truly drew his name out of the box. But Paul Ballard has a $15 gift card to Moe's Package Liquor Sound. It actually does say Paul Ballard.
He's too old to walk up here.
He's too old to walk. I don't know. I've seen him get on the dance floor a time or two, so I don't know if he's too old to walk that far. Delaney Sanders has $50 to West Union Cafe Sound. Is that you? Or are you waving at them? Yeah, sorry, I thought you were waving at Carly or something down here.
Thank
you. Linda James, I think you're sitting right here, aren't you? Hopefully Casey's not too far away. I'm sorry, this was the free oil changes for a year. So thanks to our partners at Boland Enterprises. All right, David, I'm worn out. You got something to talk about?
I sure do. I want to go ahead and throw a comment out. Our winning driver of the last race, Jordan Patton, is not only a winning horse driver, he's also a winning foot racer. They had a contest, a horseman's foot race down at Newton in Jasper County. Jordan took away the driver's championship, the horseman's foot race. His father, Freddie Patton Jr., won the senior division, and we had a face-off at Charleston this year. Jordan was backpedaling by the end of the race, and he won by, I think, 2 or 3 lengths, open lengths anyway, but good sport, good fun. We appreciate him doing the interview, participating in the races, and being a successful driver out here. Looking for today's 7th race. Our 6th race is official. Blues Lottery was our winner. The 2, Class Comedian, was 3rd. The 3, Woodside Acres Dirk, was 2nd. And the 4, Lou's True Lou, was a scratch. They got to the quarter in 31 3, half in 103 flat, 3/4 133 2, time for the mile 203 2/5 of a second. Top down should read 132 scratch on the bottom. Race 7 starters make the way to the track. A note from our chief timer, Mark Kingery, letting me know we are ready to post parade today's 7th race. Those of you following along in our program, playing Pick a Winner, we do have a driver's change on the 2. Love of a Lifetime, make the driver Marcus Detweiler. And we have an owner's change on the 1, London Fox. Remove owner Dave Avenatti of Chrisman. We're adding 2D Racing as an owner with the rest of the connections of Wyatt and Emma Avenatti and Kevin Neatfeld. We've got three 2-year-old trotters in the 2-year-old top line, Norman Rhodes Memorial. And let's meet our field. The 1 horse is London Fox, owned by Wyatt Avenatti of Chrisman, Emma Avenatti of Sydney, 2D Racing, and Kevin Neatfeld of Peatone. Trained by Dave Avenatti, driven by Wyatt Avenatti. The 2 horse is Love of a Lifetime, owned by Ernie Sork of Fairfield, Sean Nessa of DuQuoin, Noreen Nessa of Fairfield. Trained by Sean Nessa, make that driver Marcus Detweiler. And the 3, Help Me Out, is owned by Sean Nessa, Ernie Sork, and Noreen Nessa. Trained by Sean Nessa, driver is Isaac Love. 3 2-year-old trotters in the top line series due at the starting gate momentarily. Get those picks in.
Yeah, I went with the 1 here, London Fox, out of the Avenatti stable to win this one. I actually went just 1, 2, 3, made it pretty easy for myself, David. I do want to take a moment to thank the horsemen as well, because they had every bit of a choice to go to Altamont this week to race and instead came over to Marshall for the Clark County Fair. So hats off to the horsemen. Appreciate every one of you, and glad we have a good track for you tonight and no wet weather.
Absolutely. All your hard work has definitely paid off. Horsemen like showing up. They like racing here, as Jordan attested to in that last race, winner's circle. Today's 7th race is behind the gate from the inside out. We've got London Fox and Wyatt Avenatti. Been coming off the Kentucky circuit, racing down there in the Kentucky Fairs. A couple starts at Lexington. Off a win at Charleston last start out in 202 4/5. The 2 horse Love of a Lifetime, Marcus Detweiler on the bike, got a win 2 starts back at Urbana, 210 flat. And the 3 Help Me Out, and Isaac Love was a winner 2 starts back at Urbana is, no, that's a Newton, excuse me, Newton in 2, 11 2. And here they come in today's 7th race. They're often trotting from the outside. It's Help Me Out and Isaac Love, but the inside, London Fox takes the lead as they move towards that first turn. London Fox on top by about a length and a half, 2 lengths. Help Me Out settles in there second, that 2 hole. And at the back of the pack is Love of a Lifetime and Marcus Detweiler. The field moves towards that 8th mile marker and up the backstretch for the first time tonight in today's 7th race, being led by London Fox and Wyatt Avenatti. Sitting right there second, racing on his helmet, is Isaac Love and Help Me Out. At the back of the pack is Marcus Detweiler as the field moves towards that quarter-mile marker and into the second turn for the first time in today's race. 32 4 to the quarter. They're still being led by London Fox. This is a 2-year-old filly by International Money out of the Yankee Glide mare Labyrinth Silster. So she's leading this field into this home stretch now for the first time. No one's moved out of line. Maybe looks like Love of a Lifetime tips to the outside to try to challenge for second place and help me out. But then towards the half-mile marker, still being led by London Fox. But here comes Love of a Lifetime to make things interesting. Love of a Lifetime now battling for second. They hit the half in 105 flat, 105 to the half. London Fox still on top by a length and a half. Love of a Lifetime out there second, racing hard now on the inside. Help me out. And Isaac Love looking for racing room up the backstretch as he's pinned in there, racing third on the outside. Here comes Love of a Lifetime now to challenge Ryan Avenetti and London Fox for the lead. Love of a Lifetime on the outside, London Fox on the inside. The field moves towards that 3/4 mile marker, and Help Me Out's looking for racing room with a ton of horse. They hit the 3/4. 136 and 1. 136 and 1, folks. And Love of a Lifetime's not done yet. Here he comes on the outside. It's Love of a Lifetime. On the inside, London Fox on top. Still goes off stride. Our leader makes a break. London Fox makes a break. Help Me Out gets around the traffic. It's Love of a Lifetime on top now with Help Me Out racing for second. They're going to battle. These two stablemates know each other very well. And Isaac Love, Help Me Out, goes on by to win by a length and a half, 2 lengths. Love of a Lifetime was second, and London Fox finished third. Time for the mile, 2:06 and 1/5 of a second. 2:06 and 1. We'll meet our winner in just a moment. Our unofficial results of today's 7th race: on top, London Fox finished third. Love of a Lifetime was second. Help Me Out was your winner. Our quarter was in 32 and 4, half in 105 flat, 3/4 136 and 1. Time for the mile, 2:06 and 1/5 of a second. And I'm going to say it again, folks. This is, I think, the 5th time tonight. New lifetime mark, I believe. 2:06 and 1 for Help Me Out. Good to see Sean Nessa down there. Ernie Sork and Nori Nessa all make their way towards winner's circle to celebrate with their 2-year-old gelding by Help Is On The Way. This top line series races here at the Illinois County Fairs, but is open to the world, as they call it, meaning horses from any breed, from any standardbreds from any state can make themselves eligible to compete in the top line right here at the Illinois County Fairs. Let's give a big round of applause for today's winner, Help Me Out, and Isaac Love. Help Me Out being greeted by his trainer and ownership group of Sean Nessa, Nori Nessa, and Ernie Sork. Help Me Out, a 2-year-old gelding by Help Is On The Way, by Flip Flops and Crop Tops by Swan For All. He's owned by Sean Nessa of Decoy and Ernie Sork of Fairfield and Nori Nessa of Fairfield, trained by Sean Nessa right there at the head of the horse, and driven today quite capably by Isaac Love. Let's give a big round of applause for Help Me Out. And results are official for today's 7th race. On top, London Fox was third. Love of a Lifetime finished second. Help Me Out was your winner. They reached the quarter in 32 and 4, the half in 105 flat, 3/4 136 and 1. Time for the mile, 2:06.1. A new lifetime mark for Help Me Out. Top should read down 3-2-1 on the bottom. Looking for 3 top line 2-year-old Pacers out in today's 8th race. Due on the track momentarily. Horsemen, bring out the 8th race.
Standing by trackside here, trainer Sean Nessa. What's your future plans with that one?
Yeah, they'll both be going to Springfield. The filly, I was really happy the way she raced. She's green. He really knows what he's doing, that colt of one. But she's been she's immature. She's late full. Put Marcus Detweiler on. He kind of woke her up. I'm happy the way they raced.
Good.
They'll both be headed to Springfield for top line.
That's awesome. We look forward to watching up there. Are you still training out at DuQuoin at the State Fairgrounds?
Yep, I got 6 over in Indiana with Kenny Rucker, and then we got 5 down at DuQuoin.
All right, well, get healed up. Good luck at Springfield. Ronnie Reed's going to give you a ride back. I told you Ronnie's willing to help us with anything, and literally anything. Daryl Craig. Way down there. Daryl, I've got a gift card to Moe's Packaged Liquors for you. If I can get one of these 4-H'ers to come down and bring that up to you. In case you needed to know, David, this is a great weight loss program. I think I've had more steps this week than I have in quite a while. So
I was just going to ask if you were getting tired yet. It's a little warm up here, but I'm not moving around like you are.
I don't know. When it comes to this stuff, I somehow power through all the time. Like I said, I was on stage Monday for the Queen pageant. On stage tonight. I'm sure the audience gets tired of hearing my voice, but I'm going to be on stage again tomorrow night for autocross starting at 6:30. And the best way I can describe autocross is NASCAR, or a redneck version of NASCAR. So it's kind of a mix of a demo derby and a race. I believe I got a text from Fair Board President Bobby Lee that we're going to start on the track tonight because there's a chance of rain in the morning. So I went to bed at 2 o'clock this morning, back out here by like 9-ish, I think. And I'm expecting it'll be another late night tonight.
And definitely check out that autocross. I've never watched it myself, but I've seen it advertised at a few fairs this year, and it looks really cool. I've seen some graphics, some tracks built in there. Just the idea of racing vehicles around a motocross track is really exciting.
Yeah, it's a really fun event. Something we started last year for the first time. Chris O'Rourke's going by, dragging there. He kind of runs it all. He's actually running a truck, so our ex-retired, however we want to word Chris now. I hate saying retired because he's still on the board, but you know, he's our Fair Board president for 20 years. I'm glad he gets to enjoy it now for a few before he decides to finally just say, it's all yours, guys, because he's worked his tail off out here for a lot of years. And he's not near retirement age, but I could see him doing that. But he'll be running a truck tomorrow. I know there's a ton of locals coming. And Chris's truck, he drove in yesterday. And I saw him earlier. He was driving it around because he's got a tire that keeps leaking off, so he had to fix a flat in there. So this is literally like you can go to the junkyard, find something that runs, knock the windows out of it, anything like plastic, you know, that's going to hurt somebody, and come out here and run. So it's a really fun event. Friday night we'll have motocross. You can see the jumps behind me here. That will start, I believe, racing at 6:30 or 7. And Saturday we'll end off with the demo derby. So everybody's favorite, always a full grandstand for that event.
Exciting grandstand activities here for you at the Clark County Fair. Motocross, autocross, demolition derby still coming up this week, left at the Marshall Clark County Fair.
I do want to thank again the Clarksville Co-eds, and I heard Marshall FFA's helping out as well. So big thanks to those groups. Like I said, it's never real hard to find volunteers around here to help put on a race program, whether it's sponsors or labor. Really appreciate them.
Just got a note from our clerk of course here, Leanne Shin. Horsemen, checks for the first 7 races are available in the race office. Checks for the first 7 races available in the race office, where you paid your entry fees. So if you're in the first 7 races and you had a check, you can go pick it up. Looking for a 3-head in today's 8th race, the top line 2-year-old Pacers, Dale Adams Memorial, C. Saskatchewan, 4 Paws, and Bullet Station.
David, one of my favorite things about these top line races are that these horses can be foaled anywhere. So they can be out of any state or across the world even, and we've had some out of the North America tenders here. So it's really fun. I haven't lived down through this list very well, to be honest with you, but if you see the 2, there's a $25,000 price tag as a yearling out of Lexington. Bulldog Hanover, I'm not sure if he's in Kentucky, probably, because Avenetti's have been racing that one at some Kentucky fairs. Chose to stay a little closer to home tonight and race with us at Marshall, so we appreciate that. I picked 4 Paws to go second, actually, though, and went with the outside Avenetti horse, Bullet Station. That's a Captain Crunch, $14,000 as a yearling, so exciting stuff there. And then third, To the One.
And a good point there. We have 2 horses that sold at public auction. 4 Paws sold at the Lexington Select Sale for $25,000, as Tanner mentioned. And Bullet Station sold for $14,000 at public auction, while C. Saskatchewan was a homebred for Jacob Riddle. So the horses can come from anywhere off your farm, from auction. Yeah, there's multiple opportunities to get horses to the races here. We do have a driver's change on the 2 4 Paws. It looks like Matt Avenetti on the 2 4 Paws. Looking for the 3 Bullet Station out of the Avenetti barn. We'll take a moment here to thank our racing officials for the 2026 Clark County Fair. Our ambulance provided by Marshall Ambulance Service, Associate Judge Tanner Spittler, Charter and Clerk of course Leanne Shin. Our pickle winners being run by the Clarksville Co-Ed 4-H, photo finish and win photos both by Jessica Bruner, presiding judge Randy Callahan, starter Roy Finn, timer Mark Kingery, and field is out for today's 8th race. Let's meet our field for today's 8th race, a 2-year-old pace in the Top Line Series. The 1 horse is C. Saskatchewan, owned, trained, bred, and driven by Edgewood's Jacob Radel. The 2 is 4 Paws, owned by Wyatt Avenetti of Chrisman, Brian Code of Bradford, James Chip Nellinger of Brentfield, trained by Dave Avenetti, driven by his son Matt Avenetti. And the 3 is Bullet Station, owned by Wyatt Avenetti, trained by his father Dave Avenetti, and driven by owner Wyatt Avenetti. 3 2-year-old pacers due at the gate. All 3 fillies in this race, ironically enough, competing for a purse of $2,000 in the Dale Adams Memorial.
Yeah, David, while those horses get ready, Dale Adams, local businessman, great supporter of the fair. Family always comes every year. They're sitting right down here in front, getting ready to present a blanket. Brad Adams, Dale's son, always helps us with motocross, and I think he used to race a little bit motocross himself. So
impressive.
Yeah, so great family, great friends of the fair. Dale Adams was a great guy, a friend of my grandpa that owned race horses, so known that family a long, long time.
From the inside out in today's 8th race, our top line 2-year-old pace is C. Saskatchewan and Jacob Radel, 4 Paws and Matt Avenetti, and Bullet Station and his brother Wyatt Avenetti. Gate straightens for home, begins to pick up speed, and here they come. And they're off and pacing quickly now. Bullet Station from the outside grabs the lead by a couple of lengths, taking that first turn. On top of 4 Paws by about 2 or 3 lengths now. Racing back there third is C Saskatchewan. Bullet Station in Wyatt Avenetti owns this horse. His father trains it, of course. Moved past that 8th mile marker towards up the backstretch for the first time today. On top by about 7-8 lengths. C Saskatchewan goes off stride at the back of the pack there. We still have 4 Paws racing in second as they move towards that quarter-mile marker. It's being led by Bullet Station in Wyatt Avenetti. 32-4 to the quarter. 32-4 fifths of a second. Bullet Station on top comfortable. This horse comes in off 2 wins back-to-back last. He's 3 for 8 this year with a second and a third on the card. So this horse knows how to win and knows how to race. Racing back there second is the Bulldog Hanover filly. 4 Paws for his brother Matt Avenetti. A little bit closer now, maybe about 3 lengths off the leader as they move towards that half-mile marker. At the back of the pack, we still have C Saskatchewan and Jake Riddle. On top past the half, it's still Bullet Station. 105 flat, 105 to the half, 105. Bullet Station takes the field into that third turn. He reaches the apex of it. Brother Matt's closing on his back now, maybe a length and a half, 2 lengths off. As those two straighten up the backstretch and race towards that 3/4 mile marker, we're going to see them race now, folks. Here comes Matt closing that gap. These two trained together, brothers driving, common ownership. We're going to have a horse race, folks. On top, it's Bullet Station. On the outside, 4 Paws trying to close that gap and make a move on the leader now. We move past that 3/4 mile marker. 138 flat, 138 flat, still being led by Bullet Station. 4 Paws looking to shift gears here and try to catch that leader. Back there by about length and a half or so. At the backpack is still C Saskatchewan. But on top as they turn for home, it's Bullet Station for Wyatt Avenetti, who owns this horse and his father trains it. They're going to have to catch him. Here comes 4 Paws, but Bullet Station looks awfully tough. Bullet Station wins this by a length and a half, 2 lengths. Over 4 Paws, who was home second. The brothers Avenetti finished 1-2. And finishing third is C Saskatchewan and Jacob Riddle. 208 and 4 fifths of a second. 208 and 4. We'll meet our winner in just a moment.
As you can see, everybody on the board got that right this time. 3-horse races, a lot of times everybody picks the same. On top of the leaderboard is David Brink with 406, followed by Lisa Surratt, 367, Tanner Splitler, 344, and I'm in last at 299. We have 2 races left for you, the 9th and the 10th race. We're waiting for this one to be official. We will be back at Altamont, providing it looks to me like rain is moving in. But if they race tomorrow in Altamont, we'll be there. If not, we are headed back home. So won't be there on Friday if they change it to Friday as we get ready for the Brown County Fair Saturday and Sunday. And again, and I've got to see what the prize money is. That'll come
Folks,
out
it's a family affair out here in front of the grandstand. The Avenettis, as you make our way back to the barn area, you see Brother Matt going on by the grandstand now. And here comes Wyatt with our winner. To our left, we have sister Autumn Nelson and little brother Lane Avenetti. Let's hear it for the winner of today's 8th race, Bullet Station. Bullet Station wins the Dale Adams Memorial. She's a 2-year-old filly by Captain Crunch out of Brainiac by American Ideal. She's owned by driver Wyatt Avenetti of Chrisman, trained by his father Dave. Good to see Brother Lane, Sister Autumn out there. Congratulations to the connections of the 3-horse winner of today's 8th race, Bullet Station. Bullet Station paces this mile in 2:08 and 4, just about a second off his lifetime mark. Another testimony to the track tonight. Today's 8th race is official. We'll go ahead and give you the rundown. See Saskatchewan was 3rd. Four Paws was 2nd. Bullet Station was your winner. They hit the quarter in 32 and 4, the half in 105 flat, 3/4 138. Time for the mile 2:08 and 4/5 of a second. Top should check down 3:21. Today's 8th race. Race 9 horses. Looking for 3 trotters in the top line, 3-year-old and up trot. Shady Maple Credit, Frontier Maynard, and Tank Meet at Disneyland due on the track momentarily.
All right, your winners, Robert Conley. How about $25?
Going to pull them down for a minute. Again, we'll be in Altamont tomorrow, noon race time there. I think there are 10 races tomorrow. I think something like that, or 7. I am not sure. It's been one of those weeks. And then again, we head to Mount Sterling. I think 11 races already on Saturday. We'll see what happens on Sunday with the big racing there. And so we're happy about that and happy about heading home. Want to thank all of our donors that help us out there. I'm going to put that up on the board right now while this is going on before we get started with this 9th race. But we can't do this without our donors, our sponsors, our advertisers, all those things. And if you'd like to do that with us in this next year, get in contact with David Brink. All that pays for our travel and lodging. You can get a hold of him by the phone number on the screen or at harnesstube.com by email, through the web page, through the Facebook page, harnesstube@gmail.com for the web or the email address. So we're glad that you've joined us and been a part of it, as we have 2 races left here this evening for you. So here we go. No, I didn't have them up. I was listening to them and didn't have it. You can like, subscribe, or
if you're playing baseball, you're in any kind of sport, you wait for that.
Like, subscribe, or follow us on Facebook and YouTube. I'm sorry that I didn't get that there in, but do that with us. And then we want to check out our website. The guys were just talking about that. I'll go back to them.
And, excuse me, continue that great thing he has.
You bring a good point. It's humbling, to say the least. It's not my favorite thing to do. I'm passable at it, but Kurt is incomparable. How much work he puts into study, how much work he puts into his notes for all the officials and fair officials and royalty. He's very good about keeping the show flowing. The fact that he called and asked me is something that I never thought, growing up listening to Kurt call races and seeing him do interviews at the county fairs, never thought I'd be a contemporary of his, let alone a friend. And he's been a great help for us. He promotes the crap out of Harness Tube. He loves us, what we're doing out here. And to get that call from him is a little scary, but we're here, we're 8 races in, and I think we're having a good time, don't you?
Yeah, I know we spent a lot of time texting this week about what are we going to do without Kurt, and I think we've done all right. I don't know. I guess
Hey, we got some cheers back there in the crowd.
I think hopefully we'll watch this back on Harness Tube one day, and you know you're announcing at the Red Mile or something. So
I don't know about all that, but I appreciate the nice gesture.
We'll get back to the actual races.
Sure.
Here. I know I've had a lot of fun talking with you, and appreciate you coming out. But
for those who don't know, Tanner and I go back probably 20 years. We knew each other back in the day, and I haven't seen Tanner in about 15 at least. I don't know how long it's been, but we've been chatting on the microphone here, having a good time. We appreciate the banner and you guys joining in with us and letting us do this for you.
I appreciate it, but looks like we got a couple starters out. I picked the three. Take Me to Dennyland. Denny Gardner is a personality in himself, and he always has great trotters to come around these fair. Goomster, I believe former Illinois Horse of the Year, saw made a break. Thanks to Harness Tube, I was able to watch him over at Altamont yesterday. Made a break. Came back to win. This horse is another great trotter out of the Gardner stable. Second, I picked Frontier Maynard. Avenetti's in the ownership there. Have that one always ready to go. I think he had a little break, no starts last year. I think he had some pasture time, and they saw him out in the pasture trotting along without missing a beat and decided to bring him back. For third, I went with the one, Shady Maple Credit.
We only got 3 horses to choose from here, so we can't be too different. I used Take Me to Dennyland as well. You mentioned not only Denny Gardner. Let's talk about J.D. Finn, one of the arguably best drivers on a fair circuit in Illinois history, let alone on a trotter. I got a lot of confidence in that connection. I went second to Shady Maple Credit at the Avenatti Barn for my second choice, and Frontier Maynard for third. Funny story about Frontier Maynard. This horse won a Night of Champions 5 or 6, 7 years ago, how long it's been. He's a 10-year-old gelding. He was put to pasture and retired. This horse, he earned his retirement making over $100,000. Matt Avenatti was down racing, I believe in Kentucky, called home to check on his wife and kids, wife and farm, and see how things were going. He asked Kelly, who owns this horse, he said, "Kelly, how the horse is doing?" And Kelly looked out the window and said, "Well, Dum-Dum is trotting behind a deer trying to catch him out there, so I guess they're okay." And Matt said, "Well, if he's good enough to trot that fast, bring him in the barn. Let's train him back down." So those connections have had a fun time with this horse, Frontier Maynard. He proved himself one time in his career, taking a mark of 54-3 at Hawthorne, making $100,000. And he's back out here, 9 starts, 4 wins, 1 second, and 2/3. Just a load of fun for the connections of Kelly Jo Avenatti, Katie Lynn Bell, and Tony Jo Bell of Windsor.
We out? Call it.
Starters are out for today's 9th race. Let's meet our field for today's 9th race. This is a 3-year-old and up trot in a top line series. We mentioned that's open to the world. Any kind of out-of-state breeding or across-the-world breeding can supplement or can nominate to the top line in race right here at the Clark County Fair in Illinois. The one horse is Shady Maple Credit, owned by 2D Racing Stable of Union, Illinois, trained by Dave Avenatti, driven by his son Wyatt Avenatti. The 2 is Frontier Maynard, owned by Kelly Jo Avenatti, her sister Katie Lynn Bell, and her mother Tony Jo Bell of Windsor, trained by her husband Matt Avenatti and driven by Matt Avenatti. And the 3 horses, Take Me to Dennyland, owned and trained by Denny Gardner of West Salem and driven tonight by J.D. Finn. 3-year-old and up trotters due at the gate in just a moment.
Ron English Memorial coming up. Rhonda Hyleen, I believe, was Ron's daughter. I don't know if she made it in tonight or not. Usually the one that contacts me about doing this every year. Another one of those that makes my job really easy because they're all, wanting to make sure they get in for the next year. So appreciate the Ron English family for doing this. And feel free to come down trackside if you are in attendance after this race.
And Tanner makes a good point. These memorial races are a good time for local, family and friends to reminisce about horsemen of the past and their accomplishments and all they've done for this area and the Clark County Fair. It's a good time to get out there and remember these names. The 9th race being the Ron English Memorial. From the inside out, we have Shady Maple Credit and Wyatt Avenatti, Frontier Maynard and his brother Matt Avenatti. Take Me to Dennyland, J.D. Finn for Denny Gardner. Shady Maple Credit off the gate a little bit, trying to catch this just the right time as the car begins to pick up speed. Here they come. They're off and trotting. Take Me to Dennyland goes off straight. An uncharacteristic break for that trotter. Moving into the first turn on top, going to inherit the lead is Shady Maple Credit and Wyatt Avenatti. Brother Matt Avenatti and Frontier Maynard races back their second. It's about 10 lengths back to Take Me to Dennyland and J.D. Finn. The field turns up the backstretch for the first time now, racing towards that quarter-mile marker, being led by the one, Shady Maple Credit. This is a 3-year-old black filly by Credit winner out of the Donato Hanover mare, Teton Killshot. She takes this field past that quarter-mile marker into the second turn, 31 flat for the quarter, 31 flat. Shady Maple Credit on top by about a length and a half, 2 lengths now. Frontier Maynard races back there second for Matt Avenatti, and at the back of the pack is J.D. Finn and Take Me to Dennyland. The field turns for home for the first time in today's 9th race, making the first lap of the 2-lap 1-mile race. On top by 2 lengths is Shady Maple Credit. Take Me to Dennyland closing that gap now, a much tighter third back there. We race past the half, 1:01 flat. That's a nice trotting half mile there. So on top we have Shady Maple Credit setting an honest pace, but here comes Dum Dum, we'll call him Frontier Maynard, making a move now, and J.D. Finn closing up the inside in a tighter third, racing back there with Take Me to Dennyland. But Frontier Maynard moving out to the outside to challenge the leader, Shady Maple Credit. Those two side by side and making their way towards that 3/4 mile marker, and Take Me to Dennyland's got a head of steam following Frontier Maynard. They move past that 3/4 mile marker into the last turn, 131 flat. 131 flat to the 3/4 on the inside. It's still Shady Maple Credit on the outside. Frontier Maynard fighting hard, and Take Me to Dennyland looking for racing room as he sits there behind Frontier Maynard on top. Shady Maple Credit. Here comes Frontier Maynard now. Frontier Maynard now trots on by. Frontier Maynard's going to win the 9th race. Frontier Maynard wins our top line trot. Looked like it was Shady Maple Credit home second, Take Me to Dennyland third. We'll check with our judges for that. Time for a mile. Two minutes flat from our chief timer, Mark Kingery. 2 minutes flat for the 9th race. I believe you're right. Mark Kingery gives me a good note here. Tanner, I think we just tied your track record for the trot here, buddy. I keep saying lifetime marks, track records. The track is good today, boys. Congratulations. Big hand to the whole track crew. Tanner and the guys done a great job this week. We're breaking records left and right, folks. Absolutely. Our last mark was just another bag, and Brother Wyatt had the mark set. They tied. Yeah, Mark's got a good point. Brothers Avenatti are now co-holders of the Clark County track record on the trot, both at 2 minutes. Wyatt 2 years ago drove just another bag for his sister, Autumn Avenatti, and his dad who trained it, and now we get Kelly, sister-in-law, her husband Matt, trainer driver, Frontier Maynard, equaling our Clark County trot track record. Making their way down there from the winner circle now. Making their way back in front of our grandstand now. The winner of today's 9th race, Frontier Maynard. Frontier Maynard's a 10-year-old gelding by Armbro Approach out of Frontier Kangonchik by Psychic Spirit. Owned by Kelly Jo Avenatti of Windsor, right there at the head of the horse. Her sister Katie Lynn Bell of Claremont. Her mother Tony Jo Bell of Windsor. And Tony's holding Matt and Kelly's brand new daughter, Ronnie Jean Avenatti, who's not missed many of Dad's Warrior Circle photos this year. I think she's born early June and has been around the fairs ever since. I'll throw it back to Tanner if he can get an interview with Kelly Avenatti.
All right. They want to know how he didn't even know how fast he went. That was the greatest part to me. So maybe we need to get more speakers in turn one as they come back. But yes, tied the track record. All right, Kelly, I've known you since you were like probably 5 years old, right?
I was always a kid.
You were a kid. What's it like now having your husband drive your horses?
I don't know, I can yell at him when he does something wrong.
Yeah, I should have said keep it PG, but yeah. So you come from a long line of horsemen, horse people. Your dad, your mom, your sisters were involved. What's it like now? I mean, you have some rodeo experience as well, right?
Yeah, I've been on a rodeo for a couple years. I had to have a couple shoulder surgeries, and then I had Ronnie Jean, and so I'm hoping to get back into that this winter, but we'll see.
Well, thank you for coming to Marshall. Congratulations on to the whole family for another track record. So I'm going to have to make a new program page next year. But anything you want these people to know about what you guys do, or maybe even Maynard? I mean, he's kind of a cool horse, right?
Yeah, he was Mom's. I took care of him as a 2-year-old. He was Mom's technically. I wasn't down on him, but no, he's kind of a classy old horse. He had a few years off, a couple injuries, but he's back at it now.
I'd say he's back in a big way. State Fair?
That's what we're hoping.
All right, best of luck in Springfield. All right, we've got 2 more here. Christy Smallwood.
Let's do some cleanup here before they make this race official. Again, we'll be at Altamont tomorrow at noon, providing weather provides. We'll see what looks. The weather radar doesn't look good for Altamont tomorrow, but we'll see how that turns out. We know how that changes by the minute here in Illinois. Want to invite you to come up to the Brown County Fair in Mount Sterling. Saturday racing, 11 races. Sunday, the big Downstate Classic for 2-year-olds. Last year it was over $80,000 worth of prize money. So a lot of big name drivers, a lot of big name horses coming in. And right now the richest racing in Illinois is the Downstate Classic. So come do that and be a part of that. We'll get the final and do that for race 10, and then we'll head out of here.
Maybe 10 more minutes, folks. We have 1 race to go. Horses are due out here momentarily. Our presiding judge is saying there's some rain in the forecast somewhere, so we want to get those horsemen out here as soon as we can. But it's worth sticking around. I guess like Tanner was saying, there's a draw. Even if you didn't get a pick winner right all day long, you have a chance to win a $100 cash prize in the pick winner contest, second drawing. Presiding Judge Randy Callahan noticing a couple drops of rain falling in front of our LED lights up here on the grandstand. Waiting for the 3, I understand, out of the Kevin Miller barn, Wyatt Avenatti. This 10th race is our 3-year-old and up pace in the Top Line Series, racing for a purse of $2,000.
David, I think Kelly was a little modest whenever I asked her about her rodeo experience. I think she made like the National Little Britches Rodeo Finals or something one time. I remember seeing that on social media. So very accomplished horsewoman, very accomplished family, and their little girl, Ronnie Jean, I think has no option but to be a horsewoman one day herself. So.
Absolutely not. Ronnie Jean's a 4th generation on one side and like a 3rd generation horsewoman on the other side. So it's born and bred into her, absolutely.
While we wait on that final horse, I'm going to give you my selections for the Ron Pine Memorial.
Sure.
I went with Wyatt Avenatti getting another win here to end the card with Kevin Miller. I understand just looks really, really tough here. The pace track record is 57, so Avenatti's have a good way of doing that around here. Second, I went with double parked out of the Detweiler stable. Third goes to Dash Around, the Fairley stable. Clark told me, I was asking him because I remember that horse from, I think, when I was still racing, and he goes, yeah, he's old enough to buy cigarettes, so I think he's going to be okay.
I love it.
So
my picks in today's 10th race are nightcap of the card. I went 3-2-1. I also used I Understand on top, using Dash Around for second. Like I said, this just has been an ultra tough horse. Clark's been racing for years and years and years, and double parked as my third choice. Jason Detweiler got his second driving win here tonight, looking for his third lifetime. I think we have horses are out. Let's meet our field. Today's 10th race and nightcap from the Clark County Fair harness races right here in Marshall, Illinois. This is a top line series, 3-year-old and up pace for a purse of $2,000. The Ron Pine Memorial. The 1 is double parked, owned by Kevin Miller, trained by Marcus Detweiler. His brother Jason Detweiler will be doing the driving. The 2 is Dash Around, owned by Clark Fairley of Lerna, M.K. Fairley of Charleston, H. Elizabeth Fairley of Lerna, trained and driven by Clark Fairley. And the 3 is I Understand, owned and trained by Kevin Miller, driven tonight by Wyatt Avenatti. We mentioned the track record's 57. We'll see if we can get that. The track's been hot tonight. We know it has, so that record might drop. We'll see. There's plenty of talent in this race.
Hey, I should clarify, when Clark Fairley said that, Dash Around is not 18 years old, or I think it's 21 now to buy nicotine, but if you look in the program, he's actually on 11. What is it anymore, 15 years old?
15, you age out, absolutely. But I know Clark was joking when he said that stuff.
Yeah. This race pretty special to me, David. This one is sponsored by our family in honor of my grandpa, who got me into this side of the sport. I started riding around 8, and then decided that was a little slow, and these things went a little more fast. So big thanks to him. He's done a lot for me and helped me become who I am. So it's always fun to remember those people. Glad we get to give the other families that same memory.
Absolutely. We remember Ron Pine today and all of his contributions, not only to this fair, but the area as well. 3 pacers from the inside out, double parked in Jason Detweiler, Dash Around in Clark Fairley, and I Understand Wyatt Avenatti. The gate turns for home. A few raindrops fall from the sky. We're going to get this race off, folks. Here comes the 10th. Here they come. And they're off and pacing wide. Avenatti goes for the early lead with I Understand, grabbing that front as they move towards that first turn. I Understand on top of double parked by about a length and a half or so. At the back of the pack is Dash Around. I Understand opens up now 2 lengths on this field as Wyatt grabs that front and tries to calm that horse down, get him to relax a little bit after leaning out there so hard. double parked that mare's made $162,000 lifetime, quite capable herself. At the back of the pack, Dash Around and Clark Fairley closing that gap as they move towards that quarter-mile marker. They race towards that second turn, being led by I Understand. 29 4/5 of a second. 29 4/5 of a second. I Understand going to lead this field into the home stretch for the first time. They're all lined up. They're single file line, no one out of order. I Understand is going to lead this field towards that half-mile marker up the home stretch now for the first time in this race. Wyatt Avenatti is going to take this horse. I Understand this Kevin Miller owned and trained horse has made $147,000 lifetime, quite capable himself. I Understand leads this field past the half, moves towards that third turn. A minute and a fifth to the half. A minute and a fifth. And it's I Understand on top by about a length and a half now. Sitting back there second, double parked in young Jason Detweiler. And at the back of the pack, Dash Around Clark Fairley. This 3 horses field move their way towards that 3/4 mile marker, being led by I Understand, and Wyatt Avenatti begins to ask that horse for a little more now. This is lines up, shake the bit in the mouth a little bit, but here comes, I see, double park now, has her tail flagged out. She's put in gear by Jason Detweiler. 129 and 4 to the 3 quarters, 129 and 4, and here comes Dash Around. Don't forget about Dash Around coming out on tips now off the backside of Jason Detweiler, double parked, but they're going to have to catch I Understand now, opening up by about 5-6 lengths. Dash Around closing hard second. I Understand on top by 7 lengths, moving towards the wire. I Understand wins our nightcap. Dash Around home second, and double parked was third. Time for the mile, 1:57 and 4/5 of a second. A huge mile, not quite track record, but a big mile nonetheless. Huge testament to the track this week. We've had a great track, record miles. Awesome to see these kind of miles dropping. So we'll meet our winner, I Understand, in just a moment.
David, while we wait on that one to come back around, I learned something this week thanks to my mother. And did you know if you are in the Marshall Public Library District, you have a free book membership you can go get? Am I saying that right, Mom? She's not paying attention. But anyway, if you live in the Marshall area, you pay taxes in the Marshall Public Library, go see them, get your free membership, and take advantage of it. So one of the cool things we have a gift from them we'll give away here in a minute.
Here comes our winning trainer, Kevin Miller, making his way from the barn to the grandstand winner circle area, accompanied by his wife, Lindora. Kevin owns and trains this horse, so he's quite familiar with it. I Understand wins out here, 57 and 4, a nice mark on a half-mile county fair track. In a 3-horse race, just a huge testament to the track crew and all they've done here. Let's meet our winner, I Understand. I Understand is a 5-year-old gelding by Hypnotic Blue Chip, by the Feelin' Frisky mare, the Go-By Girl. This 5-year-old gelding is owned and trained by Kevin Miller of Arthur, driven by his normal driver as of late, Wyatt Avenatti. Taking home the Ron Pine blanket. Let's give a big round of applause for I Understand and Wyatt Avenatti, 157 and 4/5.
Well, I told Wyatt he was 4/5 off, and he goes, well, I could have went that. I'm like, come on, man.
If you only knew before, right? No.
Yeah. All right, I've got 3 pick winner prizes, and I'm going to have to get back over there and get ready for this $100 cash. So
that's cool.
We'll be good. Gift card.
Again, want to follow up tomorrow noon post time in Altamont, provided everything works out weather-wise. If not, we'll see you in Mount Sterling on Saturday, 1 o'clock post time on Saturday. 11 races for you there. And then Sunday for the 2-year-old Downstate Classic. Like I said, last year's prize money was over $80,000. So a lot of big drivers, a lot of big horses coming in, particularly on Sunday. Big weekend at the Brown County Fair. So as soon as they make this official, we will be down, and we'll see you in.
Recap here real quick. I'll go start mixing up some names. We'll give somebody $100 at the end of the night.
Works for me, and a big shout out to the Marshall Library. That's a really cool gift. Appreciate all their contributions. Race 10 is official now. The 1 double parked finished 3rd. The 2 dash around was 2nd. The 3 I Understand was your winner. They reached the quarter in 29 and 4/5 of a second. They half in 1 minute flat. 3 quarters, 129 and 4. Time for the mile, 4/5 off our track record, 157 and 4/5 of a second. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're doing that $100 cash drawing for any pick a winner ticket, winning or losing. So make sure you stick around at a chance to win $100 in the pick a winner contest.
With that, we'll see you in the winner's circle. Thanks for watching.